Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Alright, seems I'm loud and clear. Hello, 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 and welcome to another stream of Fate Grand Order. Today, we're going to be continuing Lost Belt 4, which I accidentally tweeted as Lost Belt 3 the first time, so I deleted that and corrected it. Because, like hell, I'm going to pay for Twitter Blue just to edit a tweet. Goddamn. Anyways. And for any of you who pop in, you might notice today is actually my affiliate anniversary. So, that's quite nice for me. Well, I say quite nice as if I have any subs, but still, it's nice I've been an affiliate for a year. That part's nice. Did I turn back on desktop audio? No, I did not. Still making these mistakes. Anyways, so today, we of course lost Nezo. We met the elephant god, that I can't remember how to say her name. I'll try it again whenever it pops up. But, now I think we're going to meet another one. So, I think it's about time we got started. Ganesha. I think that'd be it. Oh yeah, and now this is happening. It gets a little heavier today than I was yesterday. Though it might just be that I ate too much breakfast. Something wrong? No, I was just thinking how strange it is to be fighting alongside you, or rather, Ganesha. You mean in a bad way? Not at all. I feel oddly elevated. I'm very proud. No, happy for you. Gotcha. Though also oddly painful. Don't know why I feel that way. Part of me is compelled to talk to you. The other part of me is compelled to stay away. I'm certain I know you somehow, but for some reason, can't remember anything specific. Something wrong? No, nothing wrong. I was just thinking the same thing. I know, Ganesha, there are rules and etiquettes, that sort of thing. Even if it's all a big mistake, I'm still a divine vessel now. Not gonna try to weasel out of this. Besides, that would make things harder for Karna. Yeah, really wish I could tell him the truth, but I won't. Besides, I feel pretty lucky I'm just getting to fight on the same team as him. Oh, by the way, since I'm technically sent here to save the world, let me just make sure I got this straight. You said we've basically got 3 enemies to deal with in this Lost Belt, right? One of them's the Tree of Emptiness. If we cut it down, the whole Lost Belt goes away. Now this is the King, sort of being at the center of the Lost Belt. Keeps the Tree of Emptiness safe. Probably. And the last is the Cryptor, a master who wants the Lost Belt to grow bigger instead of go away. They're also disciples of the foreign gods, but otherwise, yeah. So the most important thing's the Tree of Emptiness then. It's a way out of the distance there, right? Basically, we just gotta cut it down, we're done, right? So, why aren't we heading there now? Every Lost Bell King we've faced so far has been incredibly powerful. And if we get close to the Tree of Emptiness, I'm sure we'll run into the one here too. We may be able to see the tree from here, but it's far too dangerous to approach it now. We need to at least gather more information first. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. What do you make of that giant floating cube over there? A local we talked to calls this god Sky Boulder. Oh, that? I was wondering what the deal was too. But I got absolutely nothing. I don't have a better word for it other than mysterious. It just feels like something possibly out of my reach. Kinda like unblocking an analysis skill on my skill tree. Not just some boulder. We still know next to nothing about this entire world. Yeah, it's definitely not her fault. I don't feel great about having an Asha be our sole source of information either. We still need to talk to all sorts of people to find out anything we can on the King, the Tree of Emptiness, and God Sky Boulder. That's another reason why it's worth taking the time to defend the town. Makes sense, Gordy.
Well, you're looking at me, I didn't say a word. Well, if you're gonna do this, then make sure you do it well. There'll be no secret arrow nonsense on my watch. I want you to put these people so far in your debt they'll be bugging you to let them out.
Oh, it's not like you to be so forthcoming, Gordy. It's good. It's a good look for. These readings. Hey, you guys should be in viewing distance of the town by now, right? Can you see anything?
We can. Something's not right here, Master.
I can see smoke coming from that direction. The attack must have already begun. Come on, let's hurry. Oh no. It's terrible. No way, this place is so nice just a few days ago. How did this happen? First wave must have already gotten here. I thought we had gotten here as soon as we could, but it seems I was careless yet again. Hey, y'all alive.
You guys came back, huh?
I'm glad you two are both okay. Yeah, we are, although...
Damulu, today's Kali Yuga. We're not done by a long shot.
Yeah, there's gonna be even more Kali today. She'll make you jump out of your skin surprised. Today they can show up any time. I remember you said there were more Kali during Kali Yuga. It's far more than I expected. They're cleverly going to keep destroying more of the town. Or they're clearly going to keep destroying more of the town. How are we going to survive their attack? I know, our house was destroyed too, but we gotta do something. Maybe we'll ask someone to let us stay in their house. Sorry. Or hide in the rubble, or just run away. We'll just have to keep prying and do the best we can.
You again, what are you doing here?
Mayor, we saw that the town's already suffered significant damage. Couldn't you and the other townspeople work together and let us help you fight off the Kali?
Stop being ridiculous! How many times do I have to tell you? This is our God's will. The trial he set before us. There's no need for us to fight. As long as we pray sincerely, the sacred peace will save us. Having blasphemers with no intention of praying like you, Lord around will leave a stain on this entire town. You can't be here. You shouldn't be here. And we don't want you here. Now go away and leave us alone.
Which God you're talking about?
What do you mean, which God? God is God! There's only one God ever since he made the world during the first Yuga long ago!
There it is again. He believes what he says with absolute conviction. At first I thought this town just happened to be practicing monotheism. But does this mean there really is only a single God in this world? When they build this lost births.
They're back! I start to forget about the heretics for now. Oh God, I pray to you now, together sincerity. I fulfill my duties as this town's mayor. Please me to your protection.
Auntie. Asha, Aji! I finally managed to convince my husband to let you in. Come on, you can pray in our house this time. Why would he need convincing? Jesus.
Thank you. Come on, Asha.
What? I have to call you out. Please be careful, Asha.
Yes, make sure you're all well hidden. Sorry your house was destroyed. And at least help you rebuild it when this is over. Fact, I can have the animals in the nearby woods come and help. But a single call to action.
That's okay. You go, boys. About to cycle over. You guys all be careful too. Things are worse than I thought. This looks like one of those post-nuclear apocalypse RTGs or something. Even worse because I know what it was supposed to look like.
Unfortunately, if we don't fight back now, the destruction will only get worse. Look, they're here.
So those are the Kali. Yeah, they definitely look like Indian demons. Not that I have any idea what Indian demons look like.
I share your Indian god. There's even more of them now than were yesterday. I'm counting on you, child of Bhavati.
Well, don't do that. Fending off wild beasts is one thing. I have zero confidence when it comes to fighting actual demons. When you get right down to it, I'm just a shut-in who never had a job in her life. No way I can live up to expectations like that.
It may have been brief, but I did fight you myself. I have a fair idea what you're capable of. Your power is perfectly adequate. You should be more than capable of fighting alongside us. Rama and I will be trusting you to watch our backs.
Well, technically I guess I'm Ganesha now. And I know old Elephant Head's gonna be upset with me if I don't show off his godly side at least a little bit. So okay, fine. I obviously don't have a choice, so I'll do it. Wait, okay? If any you baddies think you can get past this wall of divinely protected flab, they're welcome to try. I'm glad you're willing to help. Both the Orntrix hardware and software are working fine. For this fight, I'll be prioritizing long-term stability over explosive output.
Fine, you can lose some weight. Karna, seconds before taking a spoon to the face.
Hi, Mr. Mustache. Welcome to the stream. We're up against a lot of enemies, Master. Let's do our best to push them back. Glad you could swing on in. So, only popping in for a bit, break at work. I see. Well, I'm glad you could pop in at all. But as you can see, we're doing Lost Belt 4 now. Or we're continuing Lost Belt 4. Even though that was a joke, Carter really is that stupid. I mean, he doesn't remember her. I'm assuming they appeared in one of the other Fate games together.
My queen!
Yes, Morgan's on the front lines. Also, I used a Bond Grail on Castoria because I met the bond limit. Yeah, they were in Fate CCC. Junko was Karna's master. Yeah, I've never played Fate CCC, but I've seen her in her regular human form on one of the standard Pullcraft essences, and she is a cutie. I like the outfit they have on it. It's She looks taller in that one, though. Maybe it's the angle, but she looks taller in that one. Funny is that Karma remarked on her weight in that game. What made it worse was he was being sincere when he said it and wasn't trying to be an asshole. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, Carter's not a douche. He means well. Yeah, it's a 4-star. It doesn't come up often for me, but I've used it for a few niche purposes. At least I thought it was a 4-star. Did I scroll past it? Maybe it's a 5-star? No, I could have sworn it was 4. No, there it is. Also, new Advanced Quest comes out tomorrow. I haven't tackled any of the Advanced Quests since the very first one. I need to, but I've been, like, focused on other things. Yeah, she looks taller in this picture. Once again, maybe it's the angle, but she looks taller. But I've been spending all my AP on my main account. I've been grinding the event just a bit. And on this one, I've been grinding free quests for Saints Quartz, trying to get the Trunk Sisters. It's definitely the angle. She reaches almost like half Karna's height. Damn. I mean, she's a bit taller than half Karna's height. I put her at 2/3 Karna's height. At least with the FGO sprites. Yeah, there's so many of them. It's exhausting. Can I take a break now? What's that? Why do I have all this excess energy stores? Refet. If I'm not gonna use them? Okay. Hang in there a little longer. And not gonna lie, she, if she did drop the weight, I feel like a lot more people would simp for her. Not that she isn't potentially simpable for now, but if she dropped the weight, even more so. The end of the game is throwing her under the bus. Yep. Because, like, that black top on her craft essence is top notch. Now these creatures have shown up too. Things are about to get even busier for us. The sacred beasts are now here as well. Well, Miss Sip for her even got her to MP5. I don't know who Mist is. I'm not ingrained in all of the fake content creators. Also, did you get Tai Sui? Yes, I got Tai Sui. So my main account currently is working on getting his Ascension materials. So grinding into exchange for those. Then I'll focus on picking up his additional MP levels. And we, of course, got him on here on that 8-hour stream, but we don't have any of his Ascension materials yet. I'll be tackling that after I run out of free quest. Which I almost am out of free quest. Sag. part of the reason we're continuing Lost Belt 4 today. I mean, then there's going to be interludes and rank ups that we can do, of course. But I want to be able to stream those, the interlude stories. Seriously great as a farmer, he's also one of the few servants who you'd want to buff his anti-classopin since it's assassin and plays to his alter ego typing. I see, I see. Well, it also helps that he's a welfare unit. So getting all the coins to get his full appins is good, and unless you like really obsess, you don't need to like focus on getting him to 120 unless you really, really want him. Like he'll be good at 80 or 90. Or even 100. With just grails. I mean, I usually keep my welfares at 80 anyways, but to each their own, of course. But I'm pretty sure the coins that you can exchange for will be enough to get his triple appin, right? He's also best friends with Voyager, so there's that. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I know Tai Sui has a lot going for him. And I got like a week and a half to pick up all of that, which I can do. Like, I could potentially do like a grinding stream, but I don't know if anyone would actually be interested in seeing the same fight over and over unless I had like someone to shoot the breeze with. The sacred beasts are here now, are now here as well. We'll just have to try to get them to focus on the Kali as much as possible. Any of them come after us, we'll have no choice but to take them out. Right, the Ornatrix output is holding steady. And if it's a prolonged operation, I can keep going, no problem. Alright, here comes the next wave of enemies, Master. Well, some people were interested in seeing me get my ass handed to me in CQs. Yeah, but CQs are different. CQs are like this challenge and an obstacle to overcome. That's a bit different. I stream the CQs, remember? Because I understand that that is potentially something that people would be more inclined to see. Hey, gotta jump off now. For managed starts looking for me. Have a great stream. Alright, bye, Mr. Mustache. Thanks for swinging on in. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day at work. You got this. Kick today in the nuts. Maybe I should have picked up that mug. That was a great mug that I saw. I have a picture of it. It was great. Alright, I forgot she self-heals after that. It's actually pretty good. No, she's not like super fantastic. But she is moon cancer, so she has like a particular niche that she can do. Actually, come to think of it, Sachin Kiara's summer also has healing. That's just a trait that a lot of moon cancers have. I don't know. I haven't gotten the welfare baby yet. I don't have a lot of data points to work with. Like, I have Ganesha and I have some Kiara on my main account. Do I have any other moon cancers on my main? Like, I feel like I want to say I have one more, but I don't know who it is. Let me look up a list of moon cancers, just to see if I potentially have them. Like, I want to say I do, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like I do. Once again, I don't have, I don't have Summer BB either, and I don't have the Welfare BB. Moon Cancer Fate. Oh wow. There's only 5 moon cancers. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I only have 2. Because there's BB, Summer BB, Jinko, or Ganesha, Session Kiara, Summer, and then the upcoming Archetype Earth. Damn. That is not a big list of moon cancer. I can see why they have that Sephra now. Like, even more so that somebody can get their hands on at least one moon cancer. Because I knew they were like a rarer class. I didn't know they were that rare. That's the last of... No, they're still coming. Nobody told me there was going to be a horde mode when we can't even grind out any EXP. At least they're coming in waves, so we've been able to keep them at bay. I feel like we're being fighting them forever.
You know, the townspeople aren't even less fearful now. Afraid I'm forced to come to an unfortunate conclusion. I suspect the Kali attack is going to continue for the rest of the entire rest of the day.
That's what I didn't want to hear.
I do apologize. As much as I have a reputation for beating around the bush, nothing can be further from the truth. When certain truths need to be spoken, I have no compunctions about doing so right away, regardless of how unpleasant they may be to hear.
No matter. Our task is to continue to fight until the enemies are vanquished. And that means we must fight on until dusk or dawn, and so be it. Although, it's not to say we should keep fighting with us, Master. Please take some rest whenever you must. Be bad for all of us if you're to collapse from exhaustion. Okay, actually been slacking off more than you'd think. Excellent posturing, Master. Very inspirational. That said, this battle has become a true war of arbitration. As long as things continue like this, I think we'll be able to prevent any further casualties. Oh, just so you know, Rama, this is exactly the sort of thing you absolutely do not say if you want to suddenly things to unless you want things to suddenly get much, much worse. There, I know it. Ganesha can feel something coming.
Could it be? The new agent of God I've been hearing rumors about.
It's not the other Nether. It's a new servant we haven't seen before. Be careful, guys.
Hell, I knew I sensed an unfamiliar divine order around here. Sure as hell wasn't expecting this. What is this bullshit? It's pissing me the hell off. What do you think you're doing here, Karna?
Hello. Atavastium. You know each other? That's right, his name is Atavastium. I fought him for the Karafas alongside this brave warrior during the Kurukshetra War. He is the son of Durrana, my mentor, under whom we both trade, both my friend and right now I'm your enemy, Karna. What do you mean? Didn't you say he was your friend, Karna? I spoke the truth. But now, he and I are both servants bound to obey our master's orders. If our masters are at odds with one another, then of course that makes us enemies.
Yeah, exactly. So damn obvious it's maddening. I couldn't agree more, damn it!
Is he always this angry? He looks like he's gonna be as tough to communicate with as Karna. Well, for real different reasons. Bros and punks are the hardest kind of people for shut-ins to deal with. And that's just how he is. Though I do think he used to be a little more, composed. By the way, Asvatanum. I gotta get his name right. Astvatanum. Gonna look this up. How do you pronounce his name?
Now you can save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile, which means fiber power.
Man, that didn't sound it out. They just put the things in the fucking screen and they didn't. I hate that. Ashta Tom Howe. Oh, that's gonna be difficult. Okay. Ashtavan Tom Home. Ashta Tom. Oh, this is gonna be a learning curve. By the way, Ashtavan, who's your master now?
Ha! Just hearing you ask that pisses me off. Figure that out soon enough.
We're already seeing a master candidate here. Maybe he's Peppercino. Oh, servant in two.
I'm not so sure. Strictly speaking, we still have no evidence that the other Neza we met is Peppuccino's servant either.
Never mind who his master is for now. We got more than enough to digest just by having a new servant to deal with. Well, since he's showing up now, there's not much question as to why he's here.
That also pisses me off. Of course it's obvious. I wouldn't let you lot out around doing whatever the hell you want. Now we gotta fight another 7-2. Oh, corner! Don't you dare get easy on him just because you know him.
You really think I would?
Hey.
Sorry about that. I think Gordy just forgot who he was talking to. I'm getting bored just sitting around doing nothing, so I think I'll speak up too. I know Karna already told you Astatamam, who Astatamam is, but his perspective is colored by having known him in life. I only know of him for the Brahma. Fucking hell. Indian is a learning curve. That is just a fucking wall. The Mahabharata. Let me give you one piece of objective information. That Sadhamam is depicted there. And the Mahabharata, he's said to be just as strong as Karna, if not stronger, so be careful. What? You mean this guy's actually in Karna's level? I wouldn't deny that. I was never the strongest warrior, even back when I was studying another Drana. And we should not even consider going easy on him. We'll need to keep our guard up at all times. Exactly. Be careful when facing him, guys. Got it. There's clearly no time to be worried about conserving energy. Switching order tricks over to anti-servant combat mode. Armored Shielder, Mash Cure Light. Prepared to engage in full power combat. Waiting your orders, Master.
Ah, I'm mad as hell! Now that I'm a servant, anger's the only thing I feel. My whole spirit origin is built on it.
Yeah, that's why you're an archer, not an avenger.
Even though I haven't fought you since the last crossed swords while training under my old man, Karna. I feel no nostalgia, no joy! The only thing I have, the only thing I feel, the only thing I am now is rage!
Alright. Let's do this. Wave 1, handled. Wave 2. Deal with these things. Can we get another? Yes! Made it. Be gone. Just one left. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Alright, now for you. See if we can't deal with you. And then... there we go. I often forget Karna's actually a 5-star. He gives me 4-star vibes. Maybe it's just because I really associate him with Rama. It also might just be a consequence that a lot of the Indian servants are 4 stars. Like Ashton Haman here. Kiss Me Bye. Of course, Rama, just like I said a bit ago. They're all 4 stars. Arjuna and Karna are 5 stars though. But it's hard to remember that from the sheer amount of 4 stars surrounding them in their category. Oh, Ganesha is a 5-star. So I guess there's that. Oof. Organs down. Alright, Himiko. Let's do this. Well, you might not need to do this. Karna, can you finish him? Yeah, you got this. Oh, maybe. Now I can see, I can indeed tell for myself that you and Karna studied under the same master. Yeah? Friggin' here. It infuriates me to admit it. You're not half bad yourself, brat. In fact, you kinda remind me of someone. Parashura? Or maybe Kurashina? I can see why you think that. Those two are avatars of Vishnu just as I am. I am Rama, king of Kosala. Ha, that's so. Well, let me give you a little tip. In this Lost World, I wouldn't go bragging about being the avatar of a god. You might not like what happens. What do you mean by...
Hold it, something is headed your way. It's not reading like a Kali or a sacred beast. Wait, these are servants, not just one, there are several.
Looks like you're out of time, Ashvanama. Recommendation, cease the game. It is meaningless. I concur, there's no point to your game, or in us being here, I swear. I don't even know why we came along at all. It's a lot of servants to be going up against now. They're trying to overwhelm us. Do 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 do. Where's my cat now? Master, get back! There are 2 serpents I've never seen before, and I guess the other Nezu was on the enemy side after all. You already know how strong she is. Be careful not to let your guard down, Master. Well there, slow down, girlie. We're not here to fight. Guys, piss me off!
First you make me come out this way to see what's up, then you just show up anyways.
So, they are Phenomen's allies. But why would so many servants band together like this?
Anger unnecessary. We need only obey him. We haven't sensed any gods here in a long time. I don't blame him for being interested, even if it's pointless. Why are you looking at me like that? I haven't done anything wrong aside from eating like a elephant. Tiramisu, you've seen this, or rather, not seen it. Yeah, the Kali and Sacred Beast are all gone. Yeah, thinking about it, just accomplished our initial goal of keeping this town safe. That's cause for celebration. Though maybe not too much, since we now got new, much more difficult obstacles instead. If you aren't here to fight, then why are you here? And we mentioned it. We're accompanying him. He told us to come along, so we did. That's all there is to it. This him you speak of, is he your master? Something like that, or close enough anyway. Either way, it's only natural we'd obey him. After all, it's the only god here, the one final god. Look here, he comes.
This reading. Actually, I'm sure you can all see this as well. Look up in the sky.
Yeah, I think you Indian heroes might just recognize that. We know what it is, too. Though the only time we saw someone riding it was decidedly non-Indian king of heroes. It's both a flying chariot and a ship, a floating palace that serves as a transport for the gods, that's said to even be capable of ascending into space. A White Vietnam. Who's that riding it? Is that? He looks different, but I still recognize his face. I wouldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Though I can say with certainty. That is Arjuna. Arjuna? Really?
Not the one recorded in Chaldea, of course. Must have had an altogether different spirit origin here. No. Once I have been known as Arjuna, but now I am a god.
What's going on? I feel like my hair is standing on ends. Yeah, I feel it too. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm getting chills. I do know that no good guy would ever go around introducing himself as a god. With the obvious exception of Ganesha, since he's the real deal.
So, beings without divine power have come from the outside. An avatar of Vishnu, a child of Parvati, and Karna, son of Surya. So that is all of you.
Don't forget about us normal humans. Hello. That's right, Master of Chaldea and her servants are here as well. Usually wouldn't even look at you guys if you're not gods. Oh, you guys are idiots, so idiotic it's infuriating. Thanks to that, and now he's noticed you too. Which means you guys are done for. Well, now they come all this way to see for yourself, what do you think?
Nothing.
Huh?
This ended up being no more than a fleeting diversion. I thought I might feel something, but there was nothing. To me, I am now. All these foreign elements I see below me are equally defective, immature, and worthless. They do not belong in a perfect world. In that sense, they are evil. God has witnessed defective beings. God has witnessed evil. They are no place in the next Yuga.
Well, there we go. Guess he's not going to give us any orders then. Conclusion: impossible, futile, meaningless, nothing is, and no one can break his concentration. We'll just have to wait. Man, this really was a waste of time. No, I should have just ignored all this, kept going with my research. Yeah, I know. That means I'd be gone the next year. Just wanted to vent. What's going on?
Crap. Arjuna's gathering an unbelievable amount of energy around him.
Indeed, the sheer energy for this noble phantasm, if it can even be called that, is like nothing I've ever seen. In fact, several of our senses have been overloaded while trying to measure it.
What? That can't possibly be good. Hurry up and do something.
Hear me, Arjuna. You think I'm defective, immature, worthless. Look at me. Look me in the eye. Pick up your arms and pay attention, Arjuna. Otherwise, the spear will be put to a cowardly use, and I don't want that. Even after all that, you would still ignore me! Arjuna! Karna, I understand you two have a lot of history. I'm sure there are rules you are bound to as warriors of Kuru. But neither of those is true for me. As far as I'm concerned, he's already started this fight. As far as I'm sure you know, when I've decided to do something, whether my enemies are paying attention to me or not. Master, I'm going to use everything I got to stop him. But permission to release my noble phantasm. Permission granted. Now let him have it. Destructo Disc! Brahmastra!
This feels like that Cell moment. When he actually did get hit by Destructo Disc and it just didn't affect him. Rama, I think your MP might be bugging out, because it looked like it didn't work on him at all.
What? That can't be! That blade can even destroy the great rock Rakshasa, Ravana! How could it have? I understand your shock and confusion. As we must rely on accurate information, let me be clear. Your noble phantasm did not so much as scratch him. Furthermore, he did not take any sort of defensive action against it, simply failed to do anything to him.
Lines up with what I saw too, though I still can't believe it.
At first, I thought it might be ineffective. The enormous amount of power he is concentrating near him. That doesn't appear to be the case either. He possesses some sort of anti-interference ability that not even Rama's noble phantasm can penetrate. But how is that possible? Be that as it may, we kings are notoriously stubborn. I could never hope to find Sita if I were to give up now. I'm gonna try again. I won't hesitate to lose anything, anger or anyone. Help me, son of Sira!
Please help him, Karna. If that's your order, Master.
Hurry up, whatever's going on there, the pressure's still building. Now get a move on it before it's too late.
Alright, this time I want you both to... can you really not see what's going on here? I'm gonna guess Gwen Skya? Oh no, Peppergina. Can you really not see what's going on here? Forget it, it won't work. Don't take this the wrong way, but neither Rami nor Karni, his noble phantasm, will have a chance against him. Trust me, he outclasses you guys in every way. After all, he's every Indian god rolled into a single super being. Hi, Peppuccino. Another archer fight? Alright. It's you! Peppuccino! Well, here we are, together again, and much sooner than I expected. I was going to just sit back and watch, but I had to say something after seeing how utterly dense you are. We can talk more later, though. Right now, we need to skedaddle. Chop chop.
What? You're our enemy too. Why should we listen to anything you have to?
Well, what if I told you that I'm the only one up? I was only up in those mountains because I was running from Neza. And then Neza only stopped fighting you guys because tracking me down was a higher priority. What I mean is that they are my enemies as much as yours.
I see. So if that's Arjuna is the master of all those servants including Neza, then our young Scandinavian Puppetino can be the master of none. This appears to be no evidence to the contrary either.
I really don't have time to lay it out for you right now. I guess I'll try the direct approach. Yes, I'm the Cryptor. I know we're on opposing sides, but I promise you I'm not lying. If you don't get out of here right now, it'll be the end of everything. What about the townspeople? It's okay, you don't have to worry about them. The ones who are fine are well and truly fine. The ones who aren't, well, you can't help them now anyways. The one thing I can say for sure is that there's a very good reason why you all need to get out of here as fast as you possibly can. If that's still not enough to convince you, then I have to resort to the cliché instead of logic. The truth is, right now, there's only one weapon I've got. Ready? Here goes. I hope you'll trust me on this. Peppuccino. What do we do? I believe him. See, Peppuccino's a good person. Can't imagine he would ever try to deceive anyone. Knowing his backstory, he's deceiving himself, but whatever. A good person, huh? From my perspective, you seem to be... What, a show-off? No, nothing else. I agree that you aren't lying. I have no objection to Master's decision.
Oh, what? You believe him?
Field discussion trumps everything, Mr. Gordoff. Get used to it. Alright then, hurry up and make your way out of...
You want to stand in our way, bitch? Oh, well, hello, Aspinamum. I'm just gonna keep butchering his name, isn't it? Aren't I? One day I'll get that right. Today isn't it? Long time no see.
I guess so. Pissed me the hell off to see you, ex-master. My contract with you has been completely overwritten. Any connection we had is long gone.
Oh, well that's too bad. I don't suppose you'd let me go to celebrate us no longer being master and servant, would you?
Hell no. I can't just let you guys walk out of here. Now that the big boss decided he wants you gone, it's my job as one of his Lokapati, or Lokapala, to see it done.
Well that puts me in a pretty pickle. Would you say all the others feel the same way?
How should I know? But I guess they wouldn't do anything unless they were directly ordered to. Pisses me off.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, but don't get me wrong, it's not because I don't care about my job. I'm just confident you're more than capable of handling them alone, Ashvinyama. Confidence is hugely important, you know. Just like hunting. Good idea to work too hard. It's a bad idea to work too hard when you're confident in your position. Go around hunting down mountain animals when you don't need to. The mountain end up dead. Is your position the only reason you're standing in our way, Ashvinyama?
Nah, more to it than just that. I know if I stop you guys from getting away now, I'll just end up one step closer. If I stop you guys from getting away now, it'll get us one step closer to his perfect world. You know what? I want to see his perfect world, I admit it. Which means I got no choice to stop you. I'm gonna beat all your asses down. And then I'm gonna kick back and watch you all get sucked into with the dissolution.
The dissolution? What do you mean? Dissolution. Yeah, dissolution. Not delusion, disillusion. Well, the time for words is over, huh? And I guess I better get ready to respond in kind. Nothing else, I can understand him a lot better than being way up there. Let's take him down and secure a way out of here, Master. So you're still refusing to look my way, Arjuna. No, right now, I have another role to fulfill. Waiting your orders, Master. Let's make our way through. Thanks, Peppuccino. Ooh, nice one.
それは絶えず見た滅びの運最果てにありながらトリバースロードキャメル分断せ消えなさい光栄の
Good hits. Let him have it.
スーリアイご昇覧あるもはや戦場に呵責なし我が父許したまえ空前絶意
Go, use Solar Beam! I like how their extra attacks always seems to be like a mini version of their Noble Phantasm. Ah, stand still, damn it! Pepe's using Magecraft to help us. He's not doing any damage, moving so fast the enemy can't focus on us. Now's our chance. Can't say I've seen a spell to speed you up quite like that. It looks like it just lets you move around really quickly, plain and simple. Wanted to know how it works? Well, like its name suggests, I use the power of love to bend space around me. Oh, he's obviously lying. Well, I'll just have to leave it at that for the moment. The important thing is, the enemy's vulnerable now. There's no life forms nearby. You're a good distance away from the town now, so don't worry about holding back. Get wrecked! Vashavi! Shakiti! Oh shit, motherfuckers! Karna, use Solar Beam! It's a direct hit, that should do... What? Well, with that, Karna, gonna take a hell of a lot more than that to kill me!
The attack did hurt him, that much is certain. He's covering for the damage at an alarming rate.
I see, you've changed since I last saw you, Avasama. What'd you expect? You're the one who died first! Losing to Arjuna of all people! I did, I won't deny it. Hey now, slow your roll there, people. You don't have to finish him off just yet, okay? The important thing is he's hurt enough for us to get past him now, so come on, hurry!
I want run for it as fast as you can. Damn it, get back here! Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Just so you guys know, since I'm Ganesha and all, I can actually run faster than you think. Way faster than an ordinary human. I don't even get tired that easily. But I do feel tired for a NEET like me. That is the worst thing of all. There's no one else in the world who hates running as much as I do.
Complaining about it won't make it easier. Just be quiet and keep running.
I only said that because I was hoping you'd take the hint and carry me.
I can't. I'd be crushed under your weight. After I'd owe to the weight of Ganesha's divine power.
Hey, I'm not that heavy!
By the way, why are you running away from us? With us? I thought you were our enemy.
I have my reasons. Arjuna didn't see me as an enemy before now, so I'm fine as long as I was just laying low. But since Neza found me in the mountains, and especially now that I've helped all of you, I'm pretty sure he's decided I don't have a place in this world. Basically, now I'm qualified to be collateral damage.
Pepe, I'm still not sure what that means.
Sorry, Mashi, but you really need to focus on moving those legs, not your mouth. We need to hurry, honey. We don't get away in time. It's curtains for all of us.
So how far do we need to run?
You're kidding me. You really don't even know that. Alright, fine. I'll just have to explain it as we run. Arjuna there is about to destroy and remake everything in this Lost Belt. Dissolution and rebirth, destruction and reconstruction, cataclysm and Genesis. As the last god of this world, all of that is within his capability.
Huh?
The reason he's taking so long to charge up is because he needs time to gather the ridiculous amount of energy he needs to pull all of that off. And if any of us get caught in that destruction and rebirth of this world, we'll end up disappearing completely. 100% absolutely guaranteed. No recourse, no way out, nothing.
That's quite difficult to believe. But if that enormous mass of energy were to keep growing at an accelerated rate, I suppose it's not impossible. But then, if that's true, what happens to the world after it's been recreated? What about the life forms?
I'll fill you in on that later. Right now, I'm just answering Tiramisu's question of how far we need to run. So now that you know, I'm sure you can figure out what we have to do to avoid a massive noble phantasm capable of destroying the entire world. Right? You're the only ones with an evasive measure that can get around that. I'm counting on it to save my skin too.
The border's zero sail.
Exactly. I'm glad you worked it out.
Naturally, I figured it might be the case, so I got the engine all warmed up and ready to go. Let's figure out where to rendezvous. We'll head out there right now and come pick you guys up.
I admit it, it's still risky. I'm not sure what will happen if Arjuna becomes aware of the border too. But right now, it's the only hope we have.
Hold it, just a damn minute. You want us to let Crypto on the border and let him experience a zero sail on top of that? Well, preposterous, absolutely out of the question. I know we had a Crypto on board before, but that was strictly as a prisoner, not to mention there was extenuating circumstance.
Naturally, neither Da Vinci and I have discounted the risk in this course of action, but right now the most important thing by far is ensuring Tiramisu's safety. All other considerations are secondary at best. Besides, just look at her. When she's made up her mind to trust someone, nothing any of us can say to persuade her otherwise. Especially since she's the one out there doing all the heavy lifting.
I thought we'd been over this already. At this point, I'm just a single powerless mage. I don't even have a servant anymore. I'd say that's more than qualifies me as a prisoner, personally.
A prisoner, I do still regret how the Kodak Zimbalist ended up getting away.
To be fair, he was kind of kidnapped.
I'll look at it another chance to gain some valuable info about the cryptos. Maybe the reward's worth the risk. Alright, I'll make a special exception just this once. I used to be kept under tight security at all times.
Thank you, Director Gordoff. I got the border rendezvous point coordinates. Get there as fast as we can, Master.
Just gotta hang there a little longer. Jeez, I finally got a chance to survive. All that's left now is one simple question. Will we make it in time?
Are you okay, Master? We're almost there. Just hang in there a little longer. On second thought, now we've come this far, doubt anything will try to attack us. I'll carry you the rest of the way. You too, Fa. Are we at the rendezvous point yet?
Damn, even with this distance between us, the pressure from Arjuna is only growing stronger. Never felt the air turn so stifling before. Not even when Ranava nicked my throat with his sword. And Kumbhakara Arana, the giant's foot was hovering above my head. This isn't normal. I'm not usually afraid of anything except losing Sita. Some time now I've been getting chills all the way down onto my spirit origin. Karna, why are you still in that pose?
Calculating arrival time based on our current speed and distance, setting estimated limits based on the current and observation results. Putting those together, we have...
Well, what is it, man? Why aren't you saying anything? Oi!
The only parameter we can adjust now is our speed. We'll have to hurry as best we can. If you happen to install a secret acceleration system while you're working on the border, Captain, this is the moment to reveal it.
I didn't have time for all that. All I did was make sure the existing systems were working.
We should just be able to rendezvous in time if we use all of our resources to go at top speed. The real problem is... I'll make as much headway on my end as I can. Please hurry, Da Vinci. It's done. Extracting unified divine power from all divinities. Condensed process complete. Using a tenth to control execution. Deployment preparation begin.
Here it comes! What was that?
This is...
We're done for. It's all over now. I can tell you. Couldn't have been more clear. But it was something we absolutely have to evade. Please hurry up, Da Vinci.
Sorry for the wait. Come on, you guys. The hatch is wide open. Everyone on board? Okay, shutting the hatch now. So we made it.
Well, that wasn't so bad. You'll let me go in the arms. Couldn't resist having a bit of fun with us in lieu of Watson's absence, eh, all?
We're not out of the woods yet. The real problem is readying the zero sail.
What?
It doesn't just happen automatically at the push of a button. We did everything we could to prepare in advance. But even if we skip some of the checklist, go with the bare minimum and turn a blind eye to everything else. It won't work. Even if we perform the operations as fast as possible, it's still not enough. The difference of only 5 seconds, maybe even less, between the time we need and the time when Arjuna releases his noble phantasm. Those 5 seconds are we just don't have.
No. Hold it. Hold on just a damn minute. Which one of you just went outside in their spirit form?
That wave earlier. Now I see. I don't understand, but I can sense it. It's true, this world's going to be destroyed, then remade. If we're caught in that, we will disappear.
Karna!
We can't let you be erased, Master. I'm gonna do what I must to ensure you survive.
Karna, you don't mean...
5 seconds? Leave it to me. By setting everything I have ablaze, in the very radiance of the sun, even this Arjuna will not be able to consume it all at once. For at least these 5 seconds, I'll make sure he knows who I am.
But if you do that, you'll... Come on, Karna, you can't do this. Be reasonable. Can't ask you to sacrifice yourself for my sake.
There's no other way. Get ready to set sail. I'm working on it. It'll just be a bit longer. That's it. Any servant will do the same. This is what I want. You need not worry about me.
Karna! Don't you dare let his sacrifice be in vain. Now sit down and buckle up. Didn't even talk to me before you left. A lot of nerve going off on your own like that, Karna. Truly the great hero of benefaction. Warrior among warriors. As they say nowadays. Live to the hype and then some. I'll take care of things from here. You give them hell.
Thank you. Entering final phase of emergency dive preparations. Estimating in countdown.
How much time do we have until the attack hits us?
So little that I'd rather not spend it answering that question.
Wait, you can't. This isn't...
Arjuna, this may go without saying. There are a few things I want more than to run you through. I could even take advantage of that brief opportunity to try and do so now. But, at this moment, I'm a servant sworn to protect my master. I am not here to meekly accept this outcome, nor resign myself to my fate. I'm here to stand before you with pride, that you may ignore me with disdain. So today, I'll not be taking up my spear. Instead, God has cast his gaze down. These defects are unnecessary and therefore evil. Begone, evil. You have no place in the new Yuga, the new world. I will now wield the sword of the god who ends all things. I will cut off the world from the rift in the world made by the blade. Clear purification will burst forth. Tiramisu, or Terminus, in Genesis, or Terminus in Genesis, will cycle anew. Sword of Dissolution, let your blade fall. Maha Prole Iya.
Here it comes!
Behold, these are shining armors, and earrings given to me by Shira, god of the sun. And now this, once I transform myself into life's radiance, this gold will no longer be my armor. It will merely be a sign that I am burning bright as the sun. Here, where you can see it.
Kavaka! Ja! And Kundra! Or it's Kandara!
Golden armor.
He activated his defensive noble phantasm, even with his protection.
Karna!
It's alright. I know how I know you. I don't know how I know you, but I know you well. And though I can't explain it, I have every confidence that we will one day meet again. So don't be sad, and please take care of Master for me. The shuttle boat untethered from reality. Void space dive, zero sail, unfurl.
Did we make it?
Good grief, talk about escaping by the skin of one's teeth. We may have paid a heavy price, but at least we managed to protect. It's what we absolutely needed to.
Karna.
Even wearing nigh indestructible armor imbued with Sun God's power, only so much one can do when the very world crumbles away. Truth be told, I'm impressed he lasted as long as he did. That was a feat akin to holding back all the waters of the ocean, catching a falling star with one's bare hands. There are few heroes in all history could have withstood a cataclysm like that, even just for a few seconds. For us, those few seconds were truly a difference between life and death. Karna, hero of benefaction, I salute your strength and devotion. You have my eternal thanks. First Nether, now Karna. Medley Escortia. I already lost 2 of our servants.
As cold-hearted as it might sound, we can't move on if we keep our focus on the past. Let us go now with what we've gained as well.
Yes, I know. You're right. Go ahead, Holmes.
The wave of light we observed just before we dived contained the unbelievable amount of magical energy. More than enough to convince me it was capable of destroying the entire Lost Belt. If I hadn't already seen it with my own eyes. No one hero should be able to withstand a power of that scale. Given that he clearly can, there must be a reason for that. We've even heard of a few hints towards his nature already. The final god, every Indian deity rolled into one. So now, I think we best hear more about him from someone I believe is uniquely qualified to answer. Let me continue. Come right to the point. What is he?
Okay, now it seems like a good time as any for a bit of a chat. Plus, now that you've shown me what the reverse side of a world looks like, it's only fair that I reciprocate. No? The rift between worlds, the inside of nothingness, the gap between heaven and earth, the space outside the universe, here where a single moment spans an eternity,
Only he and the few beings he acknowledges are able to exist.
Storage records. Organization complete. Commencing reconstruction. Delightful. What a delightful way of molding the world as you see fit. I don't think I've ever get tired of watching it. It's so unilateral, so transcendent, above all so violently correct. And what a blessing it is to witness it so closely.
If you say so. Personally, I think it's just plain boring. He even had the perfect chance to get rid of the Chaldean clowns, and he let them get away. What was he thinking?
Unnecessary to fix. Deleted. Continuing logic absorption and conceptual repairs. Oh my. You really should be more careful. You're lucky he seems not to have heard you this time. If he decided you were defective and unnecessary too, you won't be able to escape the recreation process either. He's a god after all. He gets to make those sort of judgments. Right now, the Chaldean's a little more than pests to be cleaned up, along with the rest of the trash. If he did decide that Tiramisu and her little gang were truly unnecessary, he would send one of his little Locupelia to handle them. It's not our place to say anything, let alone be so impertinently. Do so impertinently. Also, goddamn, love Queen Sky's outfits. No, all we need to do is stand back and merely spectate as he recreates the world into his own perfect little sandcastle. It may be wrong to draw up plans and create molds when it comes to making sandcastles, but as they say, if this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Why doesn't anyone else try their hand at it? The more we repeat the process, the closer we get to making the perfect plans and mold. At the rate we're going now, why, I expect it won't be long at all before we get there. Yes, I suppose the sand we're using may get worn and tattered the more we destroy and rebuild. But that is a small price to pay to bring such grand project to its completion, don't you think? So of course, we will keep going.
Foreign God's disciple consists of 3 alter egos, but this monk is one to be especially wary of. Part of it is that he's very much rotten to the core, but also couldn't be more obvious in the end. He's going to cast off the few inhibitions he has, work everything in his path, and move on to do it all over again. What's with that look? You say I only dislike him because he reminds me of myself. I'm a patient woman, even though I only take being lumped in with something like that but even I can only take being lumped in with something like that for so long. Why don't you use your mouth and actually say something for once? Or is it your job really just observing and nothing else? Well, I guess you didn't need to say anything there. Actions couldn't have said, I can already see where this is going louder than if you brought a megaphone. Alright, I'll make it do with the modest gains in this lost belt and focus on finding out what that monk is up to. After all, I certainly don't want him getting in the way of my own future plans.
Final value allotment confirmed. Entering. Executing. Thus the world is reborn. Its cycle begins anew.
Yuga cycle inception. So, I'm sure you'll all at least... Alright. At least figured out this much. But that Arjuna is the core of this Indian Lost Belt. He's the reason this world became a part of the pruning theoretical phenomenon. Let's see, tied into Holmesy's earlier question. Holmesy's. This world was pruned away because, in it, he gained the power you've just witnessed. What happened exactly? Just so you know, this is almost all speculation on my part, okay? There's no one around who can prove what really happened. Anyways, I don't know exactly when he got all that power, or when this world became entangled and estranged from proper human history. All I know is that it was a long time ago. That's an educated guess. It's probably during the Mahabharata. Something happened right when the war it depicts came to an end. Something that led to Arjuna acquiring every divinity in India. Right, you mentioned that earlier. That's really true.
It would certainly make a kind of paradoxical sense, given what he's seen thus far. A feat as extraordinary as remaking the entire world simply wouldn't be possible without an equally extraordinary background. But that still doesn't explain how it happened.
This is also just speculation, but I think he probably acquired the divinities in phases. In the most plausible explanation I can think of, he probably started by acquiring Vishnu's power, since his closest friend Krishna was one of Vishnu's avatars. What more, Krishna was said to have one of the strongest connections to Vishnu of all of his avatars. Not that I'm saying you're weak, of course, Rami. I'm perfectly able to understand the point you are making. Never mind the placations. Just keep going. You got it, hun. So if Arjuna somehow got Vishnu's divinity from Krishna, peacefully or otherwise, it stands to reason that it could be laid the groundwork to do the same with other divinities. Vishnu is one of the most powerful gods in all of Indian mythology, after all. I expect he went around hungrily unifying all the other Indian gods of the Lost Belt one by one after that. Indra, even Shiva, and Brahma were no exception. So once he absorbed all their divinities, he became what he is now. An Arjuna with divine power over death and creation, ruler of this Lost Belt, incapable of destroying and rebuilding everything alike. No, you can't even call him Arjuna anymore. He may have started as Arjuna, but he's something else altogether now. That's why he no longer has a shred of the heroic Arjuna's personality. You saw that for yourself, didn't you? Yeah, he was nothing like the Arjuna we know. Yeah, he seemed disconnected, mechanical. Not sure how best to describe it, but it seemed very clear that we won't be able to reason with him.
Technically, this will not be the first time such an entity we've met. If you think back to Scandinavia, Thutani was an amalgamation of 3 divine spirits. But Arjuna would seem to be on another scale altogether, so much so it's hard to believe they're in the same category. At this point, it's all too plausible to accept that he is neither human nor spirit, but an entirely new divine conceptual being. Truth be told, I'm surprised he was able to maintain his form.
Alright, so we know what his deal is. Now what about you? What's your game here, Crypta?
Me? Why isn't it obvious?
The only thing that's obvious about you is your face practically screams, so trust me.
Well, I never. I'll have you know, I'm just trying to keep my embarrassment from showing. But alright, if you need me to explain, I can do that. After becoming a crypter, I summoned Avashiham, or Ashihaman, and to be my servant. After I was assigned to the Indian Lost Belt, the first thing I did was make a contract with this king, Arjuna. Once I'd learned he was basically a god, I spent my first few months here trying to control him as much as I could. But after that foreign god disciple showed up, Arjuna suddenly started behaving strangely. I guess the disciple may have managed to sway him over to his side. Can you tell us more about what this disciple is like? He's a young man who always wears some sort of Japanese outfit. He calls himself a monk, but he clearly failed Ominoji. Ominoji? He's very handsome, but he's also thoroughly twisted, just rotten to the core. Definitely not my type. If I'd approached him, the odds were better even that one of us would have ended up dead. And we couldn't have that, right? Seeing how we're both technically on the foreign god side and all. So I always made sure to keep my distance from him. Never even got a chance to find out his true name. At least we know he isn't Queen Skaya. Sounds like he's not Father Kotomine, Rasputin either. Oh, I am fond of Queen Skaya. She may be pure evil. Or she may be evil, but she's a pure sort of evil. You know how she can cross between lost belts as she pleases, right? So I see her every now and then. But I haven't gotten a read on her. Like she doesn't respect the foreign god despite being an alter ego. But anyways, Queen Skaya doesn't have anything to do with Arjuna. Basically, thanks to the other alter ego, the male disciple, Arjuna started taking a much heavier hand in his world than he had ever had before. After that, it sounded like they needed more pawns for running errands and such. So he went and took my contract with Adivasiman. All because he just happened to be close by. And just like that, Adivasiman was his, and there was nothing I could do. A lot of good being a crypter was, right? At that point, all I could do was laugh at how absurd it all was.
What? He just took your contract like that.
Thinking back on it now, I shouldn't be surprised, considering just how powerful a god he is. I just didn't really get how powerful he was until he started using that power on me. Then to top it off, he went and summoned a few more servants all on his own. I don't know if he figured out how by studying Avivasiam, or if the disciple told him, but I guess it doesn't matter. The point is, once he had more servants on his side, I knew I had zero chance of taking Adivasiman back. I got the impression that Adivasiman used to be your servant based on your earlier conversation. But I really want to know is, what happened after that? After that, I ran away as fast as my legs could carry me, of course. I didn't want to die for nothing, after all. That's really all that comes down to with me.
But don't you cryptos have a duty to grow your lost belt? Isn't that how you're supposed to determine which one is truly worthy to rule?
Well, sure, but with this India, or rather with Arjuna there, that's just not going to happen. Honestly, I knew it was pointless almost as soon as I got here. Easy to see this world is a dead end. Nothing I can do about it. So I gave up my responsibilities to grow the world's tree of emptiness. I mean, who cares who the king of the world is if you're not alive to see it? Cristeria probably already figured out that my lost belt's a lost cause. In David's case, I'm not sure. I wish he would show up at least a little interest in it. But, oh well. Oh, that reminds me. I heard you had a run-in with Kodak, Ophelia, and Okuta. Well, if you're not going to make this personal, I won't either. Besides, can't go around avenging my comrades or talking about crypto pride with things as they are right now, can I?
So you're refusing to comment on the cryptos, is that it? As long as we don't bring up cryptos ourselves, you're gonna oppose us as what? Is that what you're saying?
Take it however you like. I just know that Tiramisu spared Kodak and buried Ophelia. Well, that's more than enough reason for me to want to avoid fighting her if I can.
I noticed you didn't mention Okuta Hinako there. What about her?
Oh, Akuta's a special case. I mean, she wasn't even human, right? She was never on anyone's side but her own to begin with, so I don't see any reason to avenge her.
You know Okuta Hinako was a true ancestor?
Okuta did a good job keeping her cards close to her chest. I always had a good nose for that sort of thing. I knew the instant I arrived at Chaldea that she wasn't actually human. What did you mean when you said the world is a dead end? Oh, yes, that's the last thing I need to tell you about. Arjuna used his power to destroy and recreate the world over and over, cycling through periods called yugas. I'll spare you the details for now, but while they're similar in some ways to Indian's original conception of yugas, they ultimately diverge pretty wildly. We have a couple of problems. First, he gradually is going through the yugas faster and faster. There's one thing he does as he completes each cycle.
Something he does when he remakes heaven and earth in yuga cycles. We have already been informed about something along those lines, namely the judgment Asha told us about. I can infer what that judgment entails thanks to her telling us it involves everyone dying and coming back to life. But of course, now's not the time for speculation.
Oh, why not? I'd love to see what you speculating in person, Holmes.
How does it make me to believe coming from me? I have no intention of interrupting someone else's explanation of a thorny riddle of my own half-baked theories.
Well, if you already know that much, it would probably be faster to see it for yourselves then anyways. Hi, it's me, Da Vinci, the beautiful genius. It's who's been forced to keep her mouth shut and listen despite being just itching to jump in all this fascinating discussion. Our reality space observation results have already stabilized, so we can emerge from our zero sail now. The longer we stay submerged, the more chance we have of something going wrong, so while I hate to cut Peppercito's explanation off, I really think we should head back to reality space now, especially for our own. Oh, what do you say, Gordy?
Alright then. Go ahead. Oh, and I'll skid here, mate, toy. And make damn sure we surface inside the lost belt. Got it?
Got it. Would it be safe for us to go back outside after we emerge? Oh sure, the rules about yuga cycles are 100% absolute, so I can promise you Arjuna won't try anything now that we just started a new one. Though when it comes to other dangers, I can't make any guarantees. I mean, I just don't know, you know. Can't let the mere possibility of danger hold us back. May not be able to do anything about the cataclysm yet. We just have to assume we'll be able to handle any new other threats we run into. Ezra and Karna may be gone now. We still don't. But we still have Mash, myself, and Ganesha, the Divine Spirit. Yeah, I guess so. You alright? Sorry for being so down in the dumps. I'm okay now. Promise I know I still have my Ganesha duties to fulfill. Besides, I did hear what Karna said. Asked me to take care of you for him. Can you believe that? Super great hero like Karna asking a loser like me for help? How does that work? Still, I don't think he'd have said that if he hadn't needed my help. So that must mean he thought I was up to it. That he trusted me as a fellow servant. So I figure I may be a loser. I can still do my loserly best. Karna gonna put his trust in me. Might as well see if he saw something. I didn't. Just don't expect me to be much help. Okay, I won't. Glad to have you with us. I'll come along and help too, of course. Besides, it's easier to explain things when you see them in person. Is that alright with you, Tiramisu and Mash? Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pepe.
Hold it. What do you think you're doing, Peppercito? You've forgotten you're our prisoner.
But the border won't be leaving this lost belt until Tiramisu finishes what she came here to do, right? So how could I possibly get away on my own? Besides, helping all of you is the surest way to help me survive too. Not to mention that Mashi just looks so adorable after all this time, that I can't help but want to support her anyways, you know. I see. Thank you. He just comes out in like a fucking Idol fan attire with Smash's face on everything. Let's go! Of course, if you insist on keeping me here, I can't blame you for that. But are you sure it's a good idea?
Good idea. Don't be preposterous. Of course I'm sure it's... No, wait, hang on. What if...
Oh my, he's gone so pale. Scared of keeping an unknown element like me here in the heart of their operation. God, he's so easy to read.
Well, I could have had him kept and restrained him, but what if he planted a bomb inside his body? There's something frightening about him that reminds me of a mercenary. I may have said he only wants to survive. I am absolutely not the least bit frightened about dying. I could easily see him blowing himself up and taking us all out with him, and the safer option would be... Alright, I suppose it'd be the main thing to do. Oh well, just this once. Grant you special permission to occupy Tamasu. I'll be warned, this permission is contingent on you obeying every order we give you, without question. Refuse, I won't hesitate to take whatever measures I deem necessary. Is that clear?
Oh, that's fair. If I die, I die. Works for me. Okay then, let's get going. Shadow Border preparing to emerge. Everyone hold on tight. As soon as we're safely back to reality space, let's go see what this newly remade world is like.
We're alive!
Do 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 do. I experienced the Kali Yuga ending several times after Aspendaman was taken from me. I felt the light of creation wrap me in a tight embrace. This is powerless to do anything as the people absorbed in their worthless prayers. As long as the god of this world doesn't consider you defective, at least there's no pain. You don't feel it. The light just keeps getting brighter, blinding you, even numbing you to the passage of time. The next thing you know, you're right back where you started, only everything around you's been changed. I don't know what the locals make of that experience, but it was awful enough to almost make me vomit. I'd rather stick my head inside a festering dead body, as a pile of excrement from a prison cell without plumbing. Those options might be revolting, at least I wouldn't have to be so frightened. So while I hate to admit it, when that light finally subsided, I found myself standing there. I would be relieved that I had avoided being taken away. It was never long after that. After that, my relief turned to worry. Point I could barely think straight. Maybe I just got lucky this time. What about the next time? Or the time after that? So in retrospect, it was inevitable I would take action like this sooner or later. This time, I managed to avoid the light by escaping to the reverse side of the world, so I thought I'd feel differently now. But surprisingly, nothing changed. Upon laying eyes on the new world of this cycle, I felt the same things as always, loathing and discomfort. To use more contemporary slang, I just can't even with this world. I guess its God bothers me even more than I expected. In many ways, it's a perfect world. And yet, also just unbearable. Rama, can you destructo disc the tree of emptiness from here? Where are we now? Air smells sweet, water and flowers, and where you look, calm and gentle breeze. What is this place? Want to know what the most surprising part is? You're standing almost the exact same spot we zero sailed from. Our location didn't change, the entire rest of the world did.
Thankfully, there are no hostiles in the immediate area. Let's begin by paying another visit to the town of Bichu.
Is something wrong, Pepe? You look kind of angry.
What's that? You're jealous of how soft and smooth my skin is? Why, it's all in the upkeep, hun. Unlike Miss Neberchain, Gina Kuta, I actually have to work to make sure I look this good. Go on, feel how supple my cheeks are. For yourself. They're my pride and joy, you know.
That's okay.
Oh, silly, there's no need to be shy. But anywho, going to visit that town next sounds just dandy. The topography and plant life changes that come with the new Yuga are just the surface level details. The thing that changes the most after what Arjuna did will have been the people. Okay, let's go check out the town. Understood. I'll make sure to keep the border's location in mind at all times from now on, Teramasu. I don't want us to ever have to run for our lives like that again if we can help it. What in the... Man, look at all this. In fact, this is exactly what the town looked. Sorry, I was looking away from wrong. Wow, there's not a single brick out of place now. In fact, it's exactly what the town looked like when I first came to this world. I can't believe it. It's like the colleague never attacked. Did at all. What in the world's going on? Notice the people going about their lives here. All look happy now. They're practically beaming. Great. Look who it is.
Goodness, you're okay! This is wonderful news, just wonderful! This truly must be God's will. All is alright. All is right with the world once again. Oh no, this isn't quite right, is it? First, I owe you all an apology. No matter how dire the circumstances were at the time, I should have never spoken to you like that. I know it won't be enough to truly make amends, but I'll be including you, all of you in my prayers from now on. Only ask that you please not hold what I said against you. It's the people of this lovely town.
What? Yesterday he wanted to run us out of town. Now he's all happy to see us?
You got foes nuzzling up to him? And you say we were godless heretics you wanted nothing to do with.
Don't be ridiculous! The fact you're healed now is proof you've overcame the last Yuga's difficulties with us. That makes you all one of us now. We're all friends, our family. And not only that, today is the blessed first day of Katra Yuga, the Yuga of Peace. Are you hungry? If you like, you're welcome to come and eat with me at my mansion. Or would you prefer some fine ornaments for the young ladies? We always have plenty of beautiful flowers.
Kinda wanted to explore the town, so...
I see. Well, that is a pity. I was hoping to introduce you to the rest of the townspeople. Oh, by the way, the mansion over there, that is my house. I am afraid it ended up that big on account of my being mayor. Very embarrassing living somewhere as stifling as that, but it's not without meaning. Please, feel free to come visit when you have the time. You'll always be welcome in my house. Good day, then.
What the heck? Never seen someone go from jerkwad to sweetheart in no time flat. He seems elated. It's probably because Ketra Yuga, the Yuga of happiness, tends to make most of the locals friendly and kind-hearted. Though of course, I'm sure there are exceptions.
Tuh, you guys again.
Well, Master's Aji doesn't seem any different now than he did before. I'm not judging him either way, I'm just surprised how simply hearing him click his tongue again made me feel so relieved. Then there's... you guys. This is such a surprise. You made it to a new Yuga, huh? That's quite... Yes, it wasn't easy. We did make it. Glad to see you're okay, Asha. I sure am. I pray extra hard so I didn't get hurt at all. See, that's wonderful. Oh, but speaking of hurt, is your dog, Vihan, okay? He hurt his leg before the Kali Yuga, right? I don't see him with you. Huh? Who's Vihan?
An opportunity to use Rama? Alright, should be safe to discuss this now that we've come this far. What's the meaning of this? The world runs on the Yuga cycle. That needs to say, these aren't proper Yuga. A real Katra Yuga, or Seata Yuga, depending on who you ask, is supposed to last 800 years. Then, the Tetra Yuga is supposed to last for 3600 years, the Devaprabha Yuga for 2400, and the Kali Yuga for 1200. And on top of that, there are God years. These are in God years, where each one is equivalent to 360 human years. Suffice to say, we're talking about a really long cycle.
Why does this world, it would seem, only the ratio's been preserved, given that each Yuga appears 4, 3, 2, and 1 day long, respectively.
That's right, the people I've talked to here said things weren't always this way. It used to be that Yuga cycles lasted for hundreds of years, maybe even longer.
So, that is what the world's like immediately after it was pruned away and became a lost belt.
Right, I'm sure the period where Kali would show up had to have been proportionally longer back then. But I'd also bet they showed up less frequently than they do now. Otherwise, the people here would have gone extinct long ago. But over time, the cycle got shorter, and now it only lasts 10 days. I have to think that drastically shortened cycles is why there's so many more Kali now. They used to only let out a bit at a time, but now the floodgates have been opened, so to speak.
Why did Arjuna shorten this Yuga cycle so much?
Part of it's thanks to the disciples pouring poison into his ear, like I said earlier. And part of it is that tree of emptiness has given him power he didn't have before that lets him do so. Yes, I know that only addresses the how, not the why. I'm getting to that. I think the reason he sped things up so much is to reach whatever end he has in mind for all that much faster. In short, it looks like he's in a rush to create his perfect world. What do you mean by that? Only now can I finally answer the question I've been plaguing all of you. What exactly happened earlier? The answer is... that's something unique Arjuna does. Something that isn't meant to happen in a normal Yuga. Whatever one of those shortened Yuga cycles comes to an end, he purges everything he considers defective and unnecessary from this world. He believes that by repeating the process over and over, he'll eventually arrive at the perfect well, devoid of anything it shouldn't have, or he thinks of it evil. Damn, that's one hell of a destination.
I see. Whose purging must include living things, not just inanimate objects.
Right.
As far as I can tell, when a living thing is purged, like it never even existed. That's what happened to the poor dog. Couldn't run after breaking its leg.
Can't believe it. Asha loved that dog more than anything. Now she doesn't even remember him. Yeah, that's harsh.
It happened to anyone who's unlucky enough to be killed by a Kali too. And that's a sort of disqualifying offense. Same goes for people who end up as social pariahs. So if Arjuna himself ends up judging you to be flawed, and the next Yugo rolls around, they just cease to exist. It might sound contradictory, but I think Arjuna adjusted for things like that whenever he remakes the world. I see. So I'll explain how continuity and discontinuity can exist simultaneously in a new yuga. For example, Asha may have completely forgotten her beloved dog. He still remembers all of you. But how does such a thing even work? I'm not entirely sure myself, but I can tell what that blabbermouth disciple of a foreign god said. He said Arjuna collects every bit of data that makes up the world. Whenever he blows it away, kinda like a snapshot. Then when it's time to begin a new Ketra Yuga, he uses that data, called Snapshot A, to reassemble the world. Doppel! Oh, danger, EXP! Hi, Alicia! Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're playing Fate Grand Order today. We're going through Lost Belt 4. Can't spell shit. You only made one and letter typo. That's all it was. That's not too bad, yeah. Let's get dangerous. Darkwing Duck! Anyways, how are you today, Alicia? How you feeling? Going eep? You're going to sleep? Thanks for the hydrate and the stretch. I don't have work, so I'm awake at this ungodly hour. Well, as long as you're handling yourself fine. It's 4 for you. Yeah, about like 426 here. I know times. Oh, that's an adorable emote. As he puts everything back together, he removes all the elements he deemed defective and unnecessary. It's me all the time. Aww, that's adorable. And in the end, he makes a new world based on Snapshot A, but reflecting the changes he made. Oh, I get it. He's a cheater. He's basically hacking his save data, changing the parameters to suit his preference before reloading. Frappuccino's very gender. Frappuccino, I feel, is literally just Aza's ideal in Fate. I mean, there might be some other ones too, but like, there's certain characters I know like match my friends.
And Oz's is 100% peppuccino. Like, there could even be multiple things that match them, but peppuccino's like the most on point. Yeah, I did. She didn't respond to it though. Tragic. I know. Well, she didn't have to. It was just something goofy I was doing. Cheaters! Scum of gamers everywhere! Don't they know hacking saves takes all the fun out of it? He's not doing this to have fun. All he cares about is making what he considers to be a perfect world. A world consisting only of what is truly necessary, but nothing wasted or evil to be found. Now I know what genre he's playing too. He's into 4X games. What? What is that? What are those? 4X game's a simulation game where the player just sets the initial parameters and lets the world sort of play out from there. Like, I can think of games that behave in a similar way, but there's also... I've never seen any that, like, take complete control away. Like, Civilization sounds similar, but you still have to do things in that. I've never, like, seen a game that, like, takes complete control. And its entire purpose is this. Peculiar. If you're a cheater, something happens in your sim that you don't like, say an enemy nation takes you by surprise and invades you. But no, yeah, she is explaining Civilization, isn't she? Yeah, you still have control there. I see what you're trying to say, though. Okay. I'm on the same page now, Ganesha. You save your game, hack your data, reload, it's like the enemy nation that was bothering you never existed. That's the kind of thing we're talking about here, right? Arjuna's just doing that over and over until he wins, right? Too much thinking. Well, she used a new name for a genre that I hadn't heard before. I swear, what's the point of even playing if you're just gonna cheat to win? Death to cheaters! That's what I say. Now I get what's going on, I think. Video game analogies aside, if that's true, it sounds like Arjuna isn't remaking the world from scratch every time he resets the cycle then. Go to eat with stream open, lovely. Alright, good night then. I hope you have pleasant dreams. Instead, he's basically treating the world like a model, adding new parts or removing old ones. Then it would stand to reason that, strictly speaking, the people here may not be dying and being brought back to life. Smoke bomb! Yeah, likely that everything down to their souls is being saved as data, and that their memories are being modified when they're put back in the new world. And if that's the case, we're talking about a much smaller scale feat than creating the entire universe from nothing. It's still a big freaking deal, don't get me wrong. But if Arjuna got every Indian deity and support from the Tree of Infinite, it's theoretically possible. I'm beginning to see the larger picture. There's something about this lost belt that's almost reminiscent of a singularity. The Russian, Scandinavian, Chinese lost belts we've seen so far were all the results of a world where some definitive event happened in the respective past to dramatically change the course of history. This Indian lost belt is still in the middle of its definitive event. Here, its king is continuously trying to evolve this world by regularly recreating it with parameters that be unthinkable in proper human history. While he's yet to reach his goal of a perfected world, I suspect the reason this world was pruned is that the very act of trying to change it in such a manner was considered a mistake. If you need me, scream. Ah! Fuck, that's a Princess Bride reference, wasn't it?
What is the director good off? Do you have a question? Please, go right ahead.
Do you ever shut up? I don't mind you explaining things, but I insist you do so concisely in a report I can read at my leisure. He just gave me flashbacks to one of my teachers in the clock tower days, who would lecture me for what I felt like days on end. Who cares that people here are technically dying or when this world was remade?
I don't know references. Well, it sounded like a Princess Bride reference. There's a scene where, at least I think it's Princess Bride that I'm thinking of. There's a scene where somebody gets captured, and they're in prison, and they're like in this like big torture dungeon, and it's like kind of set up like a hotel, only it's a torture prison. Just like, and if you ever need anything, just scream. Here's a scream from off camera. Coming!
All that actually matters is we will die if we get caught in that.
I suppose you do have a point.
Of course I do. Now then, I say we pivot the discussion to more practical matters. Namely, how do we stay safe and what is our next course of action? You there, perpetrator! Fine. It's only by my good graces you're running around outside instead of being confined to the border at a lock and key. Now repay the favour by telling us something we can use, damn it.
Something you can use, Well, I guess I can think of one more thing. Pulling off a feat that massive takes a lot of Arjuna, so he isn't able to move around much. And I don't just mean that long stretch of time at the end of the Kali Yuga when he charges up that noble phantasm. I'm pretty sure that unlike most servants, he doesn't do much of anything for the rest of the time either. I guess he just doesn't have access to the energy he would need to do more than ride that Vishaman of his. I think that's how he spends most of his time, just riding around the Tree of Infinite on a Vishaman. Of course, he might look like he's spacing out up there, but I'm sure he's actually keeping an eye out for the next bit of evil to purge. It's probably got something to do with containing so many powerful deities within him. Would also explain why he seems so devoid of personality. But then isn't that exactly why he would need other servants to handle other things for him? Asavano said something about that, didn't he? Yeah, he did. I think he called himself a Lokapala. Lokapala, in original Indian mythology, Lokapalas were said to protect the world. They were the guardians of all directions. Though I don't know what this could mean. We know who their Neza is now. Oh, but who were those other two servants? I'm afraid I don't know. I was already on the outs with Arjuna when he got around to summoning them. By that time, he just considered me an outsider I need not to worry about. Or he didn't need to worry about, though since I'm Aravasam's former master, he did tell his servants to eliminate me if they happened to see me. Suffice to say, I have no idea what their true names are, though I get a feeling they're an archer and a caster. I think I can make an educated guess, but there's no point in speculation at this point. We need solid info.
Well, this seems like a good time to tell that those servants are not the only enemies we face here. There are also the sacred beasts, the mystical creatures that people here refer to as the agents of God.
Oh, those. They're primitive guardian spirits Arjuna made to counteract the Kali. They manifest naturally. And since there are almost no Kali during the peaceful Kirtra Yuga, the beasts are supposed to just wander around like normal animals. What do you mean by this seems like a good time?
I suspect the answer is that your next immediate course of action will be clear to you soon enough.
Why, hello there!
Secret beast! I guess that means Arjuna really doesn't want us here then. So of course they'll attack us on sight now, just like the Kali. Said these beasts wander around, just like ordinary animals, yes? We clearly can't let our guard down just because it's Katra Yuga now. Still, I don't know if it's the sunshine or what. My body feels lighter now.
It shouldn't take long.
Yeah, I'll show you guys how well I can hold my own in a fight. Or at least I hope I'll be able to. We're still under Unforgiving World, which is weird. No wonder we haven't been hitting as hard as I thought we could. And again, I haven't been using Queen Sky either to power up. Or Himiko on the front lines for crit stars and overcharge and whatnot. The things. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, so close. Thank you. That poking of Rama, we can do this. Go! Destructo Disc! Oh Jesus, I should have activated Guts. Alright, let's do it like this. Put up those defenses. Himiko just going to town. Nice choice there, hitting Himiko and no one else. Alright, Rama, you got another turn in ya. Let's do this. Good job. Alright, let's do this, this, and then this. There goes Rama. Alright, Bargith. Welcome to the party. But now, let's end the party. Buster up! Oh,
Well, I was hoping that would do a bit more, but I guess because of the debuff going on right now. Right, activate this. Boom, boom, boom. That should do it. There we go.
ああ、よかった。外れたらどうしようかと。なんでもない。
Okay, now that we've gone over how things generally work in this Lost Belt, what do you think of it?
Kinda fucked.
I don't like it. Me neither. Asha and Venom looked to me like they were the best of friends. They were like family. I'm positive that nothing had to do with how well Venom could or couldn't run. Didn't matter how well he could hunt or stand guard either. As far as Asha was concerned, she just loved him, wanted him to stay by her side.
No.
So if the god of the world just erased their relationship for his own reasons, what happens to all the love she had for him? All the happiness she felt when they were together? Where does it go?
You said it.
Amazing. Same girl who used to resemble nothing so much as a living doll, expounding on love. Oh, this is just precious. I think I'm going to cry. Although, I wonder what Barrow would say if he saw this new mash.
Allow me to offer some criticism of this world from a different perspective. I'm sure it's been some time since the calendar meant anything to the world. For the purposes of our discussion, let's say the year here is 2021. As I'm sure you're aware from visiting the nearby towns, civilization here has not advanced anything like as far as in proper human history. That is not to say I only value post-industrial age advances, but that I have no appreciation for a life lived in harmony with nature. I assure you, neither is true. I'm merely saying that the civilization as a whole has clearly not progressed here when compared to proper human history. That aspect alone is enough for me to declare this world is a far cry from anything approaching the ideal. The march of civilization is stalled here, just like in the Chinese Lost Belt, albeit for a different reason.
Hardly needs to say, but I don't like the way God does things. Cheaters get permaban, that's what I say. Alright, on the note. Hey, is everything okay, Rama? Something on your mind?
I just realized something. Arjuna has obtained every Indian divinity. This Lost Belt's history right. That would mean Sita's one of them.
Really?
Just as I'm an avatar of Vishnu, Sita is an avatar of Vishnu's consort, or Lakshmi. Of course, that doesn't mean they are one and the same. Certainly close enough, so then what should I do? What else? I have to save her. That is who I am, my reason for existing.
So love is your main motivator for defeating Arjuna. That's just beautiful.
What do you think of Arjuna, Pepe?
Me? It's like I said, I thought he and this world were dead in the moment I met him. Can't get much further from my type than this version of Arjuna. He might be a pretty face, but that soul of his is ugly as sin.
Master, there may not be any need for me to say this. Please let me say it again anyways. Pepe is a good person. I believe we can trust him. I think we should work together with him on this.
I think so too.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you two. Thanks, you two.
Nonetheless, the fact remains that you are Crypto. Are you truly about to let your assigned Lost Belt be destroyed? What will you say to the others?
Why, I'll just say I did my best, but it wasn't good enough. Oopsie. I don't want to get on their bad side either. I'm just going with the flow here.
Well, I trust you even less now. So is he going? Why did you join the cryptids in the first place? He could have just turned them down from the start.
Well, that was a cruel thing to say. Circumstantial changes confirmed. I have a proposal for you chosen ones, an offer for those who were cast aside. If you desire acclamation, then choose rebirth. If you desire indulgence, or indolence, then choose eternal sleep. It makes no difference to a god. I didn't want to have to tell you this. We didn't have any choice. Thawing the coffins might not sound like a big deal, but basically like recovering dead bodies. We were all dead in there. We were never going to wake up from that darkness. Then the foreign god came and told us, you may live on as a cryptor, or die as a master. And that was that. Honestly, I still don't know who or what this foreign god is. Cristeria seems like he does. He's not one to talk. All I know is, in exchange for being given new life, we were thrown out into this newly wiped clean world, and are put in charge of growing our respective lost belts trees of emptiness. Of course, I know we betrayed all of mankind when we chose to leave our coffins as cryptors, as I'm not under any illusion that we're the real victims here. I even admit that I thought this game to see who will get to be king of the world sounded fun. Whatever will be, will be. You know, if an old monk friend of mine were here now, he'd probably say something like, you guys were just unlucky. Still, there's nothing to be gained from cursing your fates. Besides, I'm already getting bored with it. So I'm just gonna do the best I can and try not to throw my life away for nothing. I'm not going to sell out my fellow cryptors. I have no desire to fight all of you to the death either. And since that works out for both of us, isn't that good enough for now? Then does that mean nobody on Team A willingly chose to side with the foreign god? I don't know about all of us. Me, Kodak, Ophelia sure didn't. Well, I guess Ophelia's an exception. She swore to become a cryptor for her own, very personal reasons. Please, let me tell you one thing. Where's the name cryptors come from? Is it a code name for something? The foreign god gave it to you. No way! You're really bringing that up now! Oh right, I just remembered. You never knew this, did you, Mashi? Now it all makes sense. The name Cryptors comes from Director Mulsberry, the title he gave to the special masters who were chosen for Team A. Anywho, let's talk about how exactly we go about beating Arjuna. 'Cause I'll be honest, I got nothing. No laughing matter. He even shrugged off my noble phantasm like with nothing. Although now I understand why, because his very divine existence is just that strong. No trick or even maidcraft involved. It's what he is, plain and simple. Jeez, so he even cheats just by existing. How in the world are we supposed to beat him then? Honestly, you're in much worse shape to fight him now that Carney's out of the picture. I just don't see how Kanisha there could fill his shoes, no matter how hard she tries. Hey, you don't get to rub it in. Believe me, I'm well aware. I say we look for Ganesha number 2.
True, there could well be another rogue servant here. If we could find them and win them over, it'd be the fastest and surest way of bolstering our ranks.
That'd be great, but it is a big if. Well, if anyone else like Ganesha's around here, a good chance someone else in town might know about them. Why don't we head back to Bishu again and see what we can find out? Sounds good to me. Then what are you waiting for? Like they say, no road is long with good company, and it's best to make hay while the sun shines. Eee! Don't worry about a thing. I'll make sure we never run out of things to talk about on the way. I can't say that that was actually a concern. So then, and I drop-kicked the bastard. And that's how I feel about bagels. We didn't have a choice. That's right. I'd forgotten that. Everyone had their reasons for making the choice they did. Why things ended up like this. Hi, I'm David. I barely appear. Bye. Nice people, not nice people. People who are interested in me. People who aren't interested in me. Fish person, hi Pickles. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Fake Grand Order today, making our way through Lost Belt 4, India. Also not a fish, but hello, hello, hello. Glad you could swing on in. No, everyone on Team A. I'd forgotten I knew that. I just remembered that there were also people who lived in Chaldea. That's why right now if I was stronger, maybe I wouldn't be feeling so conflicted right now. If I was a perfect demi-servant then. We're always playing Fate. I mean, not always, but we do a lot. It is a very long and interesting series. Like yesterday, I read Goosebumps. Mesh? Oh, sorry, it was nothing. Looks like we're almost there. I already have an idea for who we can talk to first. It'd be great if she knows something. Your gods? I guess you haven't heard anything then. Maybe using the word God isn't the best way to go about it. It might be better to take a different approach. We're looking for someone who is very much out of place in this world. In other words, someone who finds this place as wrong as we do. If someone like that exists, they'll probably be out fighting Kali regardless of what yuga it is. So the question we should be asking is... Here, little miss, let me put it to you this way. Have you heard any rumors about naughty heretics who don't obey your God's teachings? Oh, besides us, of course. Oh, I think the bio could probably know something about that.
Well, I wouldn't call them bad exactly. Everything alive in this world is God's creation, after all. But I would say they are just a bit too focused on the wrong things, unfortunately. Nonetheless, yes, I have heard there's people like that in a village on the other side of the mountain. I'm told they spend most of the time taking up weapons, fighting the Kali in defiance of God's teachings. They certainly do things differently than we do in Bichu, where we accept God's trials with piety and grace. But I suppose that is just not the way they choose to live their lives.
Still a bit shocking how much more amenable he is now compared to when we first met. At any rate, this is great. Now I have a promising lead. Head for this village right away, Master. Also, you know he's Indonesian. Are you not able to do an Indonesian accent? I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Oh, right, yeah, that sounds super racist, wouldn't it? Sounds good to me, but just be aware that you might not be able to get there by nightfall. Wait, then why'd you give him an Arabian, snake oil salesman voice? Look, it's just one of my go-to voices for, pudgy men with hats and beards and like they have this sort of snake oil salesman vibe. The mayor gives me those vibes. Well, not snake oil salesman. Like the genie at the beginning of Aladdin. Like that vibe, like, yes, I'm trying to sell you something. Is it high quality? Is it not? Who knows? It's shiny though. I think it's better if we don't move around too much in the middle of the night, so if you find a good place to make camp, don't be shy about doing that, okay? Don't worry about that. I hate going at a forced march. I have to do hiking. I make sure to take it nice and slow. Long as I'm around, I won't be letting anyone push themselves too hard, not even if they want to. Also, he's not cool enough to get the deeper, slightly Arab-sounding voice that I use for Cursed Arm. I say slightly because I probably was butchering that as well. What do you want from me? I only have so many skills! Quit criticizing me, Mash! I didn't say anything further. Zzz. You're heading back out at dawn, Pepe. Are you sure you don't need to get some sleep? What about you, Mashy? You still will standing watch this late? I'm a demi-servant, so I'm fine going without sleep for a while. Funny how you're okay without sleep. The divine spirit servant over there apparently can't get enough. Well, that's okay. This works out nicely for me. Mind if I stand watch with you for a while? Oh no, that's fine with me. That was only a pretense, of course. I was actually just waiting for a good chance to ask you this. Did you get a good chance to talk to Ophelia? Yes, I did. We didn't have a lot of time. Still feel like we said a lot. Much more than we ever expressed to each other in Chaldea. I'm glad to hear that. She always did want to have a good heart-to-heart with you. I could tell. So, what did you talk about? Well, one of our topics was romance. No way! Seriously? Aw, what I wouldn't give to have been a fly on the wall for that! I can't think of anything better than Ophelia talking about romance. I can just imagine the three of us chatting over a nice cup of tea, how it was passed in the blink of an eye. Do you know what happened to everyone, Pepe? I heard what happened from Cristeria and the others, yes. Those were just boring old facts. That's not what I really want to know. That's why I wanted to ask you about them directly. I see. I don't think there's anything I need to keep secret, so I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Even though I'm a cryptor? Even though I'm your enemy? Yes, I remember that despite everything that's happened. We're still both members of Team A. That hasn't changed just because you're a cryptor now, too. I see. Well, thank you. I'm sure Kodak, Ophelia, and Akuta are frustrated by how things turned out, and I doubt they have any regrets. So they all fought bravely, huh? Here I am, just pathetically doing whatever I can to survive. I don't think there's anything you need to feel bad for. Hey, I'm still a crypto on the crypto side. I can't help but be frustrated too. No matter how hard it is to survive, I still find myself thinking there might have been a better way to end things. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring down the mood. Things don't go your own way after you've struggled as much as you can. The only choice to give up and move on. I just had to come to terms with that again. And that's just my lot in life, I'm afraid. Nothing I do ever quite seems to work out. Really? You always seem to me like you excel at everything you do.
That's only because I stick to things I know and I can do. No, I'm talking about fate and destiny. But hey, that can be extremely motivating in its own right. It's not like I've given up everything, you know. Oh, right. I think it's time I go to bed. A complexion is perfect requires plenty of sleep. Besides, how could I look Ophelia in the eye if I neglected my own skincare after I kept admonishing her? Thank you for telling me about what happened with the other cryptos, Mashi. Good night.
Of course. Good night, Pepe.
Queen of the Walled Village. We're about to meet Indian Joan of Arc.
Gah! Damn sacred beast of all the luck, running into a huge pack of them like this.
Seems luck was not on our side today. I was hoping we could pass them by without incident, but oh well.
Oh, that was a guy. Okay, they're both guys. Sorry, I thought this was a girl. My bad.
I'm so sorry I was so close to them. Ended up drawing my bow in fear.
Don't worry about it. The blame is partly mine for forgetting how it feels to hold a weapon for the first time. I'll need to reevaluate both the technical and mental aspects about the training program. Turn right. First you hurry back to the village. I'll hold them off here.
Oh wait, no, that was a woman before. Never mind. It changed the two sprites that are in front of me suddenly, and it confused me.
But... No buts. We can't risk leading them toward the village. Besides, the Morg. Imagine we make them more likely to be captured by the Lokapala. We've been hearing rumors about. The Lokapala are said to serve God directly. They have incredible power in their own right. The moment they find us, it's over. We can't let that happen. I could only manage on my own if it came to that. A few in the village caught their eye would be disastrous. So I want you all to head back to the valve ahead of me. Don't forget the supplies we've collected.
You can't possibly mean handle them all on your own.
Don't worry, my plan isn't to defeat them at all. Just be buying us time. I'm well accustomed to the trials of endurance. Besides, I already told you, I'm not German. I'm something else. Some of the power of 1,000 ordinary people. A shadow of humanity who manifests in this land by the grace of the rightful gods.
I know this isn't the first time we had to stay behind, but man, it sucks not being able to actually drive around in our vehicle. What's the point of even having it then?
That'll be ridiculous. The enemy would have fought and destroyed a border that you can be well and truly up. Camouflage function or not, we still need to make sure we stay out of sight and at all times. Mad dash we made to pick up the field team during the Kali Yugos under the most extraordinary circumstances. No repeat performance.
Yeah, I was just grumbling. Now you're right on this one, Gordy.
Ooh, just a moment. Think you can stop and hide in that tall grass over there?
Yes, I'll set the Ornatrix to silent mode. Please be quiet as you can, everyone.
There's a lot of Sega Beast.
Luckily, they don't seem to have noticed us. Stay here and wait for them to pass.
They're certainly very pretty to look at. No wonder the people here call them the Agents of God. They really are just like any other animal without any Kali around, huh? Wonder what they eat. Maybe we could use food to tame them. They're gone. Good, let's keep going. Shouldn't be much further to our destination village.
I see something that might be over there. Thank goodness we didn't run into any trouble on the way. I like the wall they built up here. Gives the place a real freedom fighters vibe. I heard Bishnus did say they go around fighting Kali here, if anything. He's surprised their village wasn't fortified like this.
Come on, hurry!
It's us. Open the gate, quick! Those people seem to be in an awful big hurry to get inside. I wonder what that was all about. Looks like we are far away from them that they didn't notice us.
What did they see? What did you see? They have been modified farm implements, but they're still carrying weapons. They really do seem to be different from the people of Bishu. We may well be able to learn something new here.
I think you're right. Let's go see.
They're not opening the gate for us.
And they're not answering when we knock either.
Hey, open the gate for us. I'll have you know, most nations would thrill to have me pay them a visit.
Let me see if I can hear anything from the inside. Who was that? Is someone in there?
Oh no, this is it. They found us. We're done for.
What do we do? What are we gonna do?
How should I know? There's no way we can fight them off on our own. We'll just have to keep the gates closed until she gets back.
I'm not sure why, but they sounded very agitated.
I got a bad feeling about this. All bad feelings about these sort of things have a way of always being right.
At least we know there's people inside. And since we're servants, we could probably just jump over the wall if we have to. Or, you could phase through it. Come on, I know you can do that. Of course, we could always... Just because we can doesn't mean we... Go there. What are you doing there? Huh?
The servant reading. Well, it seems luck is with you today, master. But of course we aren't yet sure whether this is good or bad luck. Whoever this servant is, they're headed your way at top speed. Be on your guard.
They just jumped clean over us, land on top of the gate. This servant who we've never met before.
Well, that's too bad. It would have made things a lot more simpler if you already knew each other.
I hate getting chewed out by strangers, like 100 times worse than when it's someone you know. All I'm trying to say is the lady looks really pissed off at us. Maybe do something about that?
At the fine hour. Curses, despite my best efforts, looks like you finally found us. You must be the ones who serve the false god, the Lokapala.
I think you've got the wrong idea.
Whoa, slow down. Us, the Lokapala? You must be joking.
Don't lie to me. Can't be convincing that you've shown up now. Besides, heard you're planning to invade our village by jumping over these walls.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm sure this is just a misunderstanding. Ollie mentioned jumping the wall to rule it out as a bad idea.
So you continue to lie to me? Very well, you have finally learned of my existence and the existence of this village that seeks to end the false god cycle, then so be it. I'll run and hide no longer. If the time has come to fight, then I shall rise to the challenge. Prepare yourself, Lokapala. You will not be taking anything from me this day. Even if I must face a god this time. I will make sure to defend my home to the very end.
I'm just gonna...
私の力が必要ならば全力で応答します。
Alright, let's do this.
さて、どこから潰したもの？あまり悩ませない。頼む。おいしい。いい羽目を背けないで。
Light him up!
そう、いいでしょう。私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよ、ロードレスキャメロット。魔女ですね。召し上げましょう。ブルー
Nah, man, we almost broke the bar that turn.
早書きですね、カルウェナ。目を背け、よく言いました。目をよく言いました。逃がすものか許すものか。
Oh,
アコール。多くの
Bar broken. Stand down. You know what's good for you.
女神力、この強さ。活路を開く、活路を開く。熱を帯びなさい、マルミアドワーズ。当たるも響か、当たらぬも響か。火の負の響か。チロッ、いいわね。どりゃ
smash!
くらえ。明日の天気は
Good hit, Emiko.
この強さ、戦線を離脱します。目覚めよ神のパワー。
Now,
火と月と星々
he will face Oblivion.
いいわね。終点と宵闇を映す水面よ、この身に強行を示したまえ。青春かたどる苦音の鏡。慈悲だ、神戸を垂れよ。恐怖は希望もなく、何人も通るにあたわず。
Not as hard as I hope, but boom, baby.
何を喜んでいるの
That did the
で
trick.
す。私が出たのです。勝利は約束されていたはずです。
Actually, let's put Ganesha back on. Change the lineup. There we go. Yeah, I'll be fine like that. Yes, I'm aware. I'm well aware indeed. The Foxwoman's up to something, isn't she? Then if I may, allow me to tell you something of great importance. Oh, no. Of course, I would leave the decision of what to do with the information entirely in your capable hands. All I would humbly ask is for your attention. That said, I would stress that depending on how things turn out, matters could grow very serious indeed. Why, what if my colleague, one of the foreign god's disciple, obstinately sent here to help you,
were to become the very sort of thing you cast out of your world.
Please, listen to us. Lokapala are our enemy as well. Or Lokapala. Really came here in hope of finding allies who could help us fight against them.
Talk a streep? I've lost track of how many times someone has claimed to be my friend betrayed me.
Hey, look, she's back. She's fighting to protect us.
We're saved! And those are the Lokapala. Damn it, they finally found our village!
Please, my lady, help us. The Lokapala showed up right after we got back to the village, and barring the gate and holding out until he arrived. There, you see? I knew you couldn't be trusted.
Oh, what did I tell you? Misunderstandings only invite further misunderstandings. I've seen this sort of thing before, back in the clock tower, all my life really. I would look around one day, realise everyone had forsaken me, even though I didn't do anything wrong. Well, maybe that's not entirely accurate. There was one time
Sorry, hon, but your life story's gonna have to wait, okay?
Circumstances being what they are, she doesn't seem to be truly trying to kill us. She's clearly very hard-headed. Her moves are firm as her beliefs, it seems.
Hey, Rama, are you feeling this too?
I am, it's fate. She definitely has the air of divine spirit. Maybe she's a pseudo-serpent like you. Good grief, I knew India had an expensive pantheon. That can't be the answer for everything, can it? One does not generally run into divine spirits at every corner, so to speak.
Forget that. How do we get her to listen? We never get anywhere if we don't clear up this misunderstanding.
I've been telling her over and over, she won't listen. Well, are we gonna try to scale these walls? You're a little better than... Is that?
Looks like something caught her eye. Seems to be looking at something far away. What's going on?
Well, this is certainly less than optimal. I know you're in the midst of battle, but I strongly urge you to take note of your surroundings, particularly what is behind you, immediately.
Behind us?
Well, you guys piss off.
What? Sacred beast?
Ah, wait, this pack looks kind of familiar. These are the ones that passed us by earlier.
Those were going in a different direction. I'm pretty sure they didn't notice us at all. Maybe there's something here that lured them this way.
They've been up for the sacred place we encountered earlier, of all the times for them to show up. No, it's no coincidence. Well, it makes sense to look upon that route. Not the ways to control them. They must be trying to make their way into our village and cleanse it, especially since one of our elderly died this morning. Begone, foul agent of the false god! You'll not be claiming our dead today.
My, she does make quite the striking figure, doesn't she?
Certainly does. Must be a manifestation of a noble heroic spirit here to guide the people is placed on the right path.
What happened? Something knocked her off the wall.
No, it looks like she just sort of lost her footing. Now she's looking around where she fell. Looks like her feet are stuck in some hole in the ground.
Cautious. Can't believe I fell into one of the pitfalls we dug to prepare for the next collie attack. Give me a moment. I'll be out here in no time.
You want a hand? Looks like they're pissed off about all the dramatic tension evaporating, though I could just be projecting there. Can't let these sacred beasts hurt her while she's incapacitated. Take them down and keep her safe, Master.
You know it. Get him, guys! Let's throw down!
出陣します。総員、構えてください。
Alright. What's the simplest way to deal with such pest?
あまり悩ませないように楽しくなるでしょ。いい判断です。物好きな宝具を魔女ですね。後で美味しくいただくっすよ。そういいでしょう。私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよロードレスキャメロット。
Alright, here comes the next dose. Pop the guts. Alright. Actually, pull up with this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see how you handle this. Alright, and now you will be eliminated. Cute, very good. Beg for forgiveness and more fate. For Rollis Cavalry. New match first. Ooh, got a feather. I need those. I've been getting feathers when I hadn't been realizing it. All hostiles in our vicinity eliminated. Well done, everyone. Well, now do you understand? We aren't your enemy. Yes, I do. Not so foolish as to insist otherwise at this point. Say now there is gravely mistaken. All who would fight against the sacred place could possibly be allies of the false god. Truly, sincerely sorry. I thank you for your assistance. Please, tell me, why you've come here. No, on second thought, it's all I thought I'd tell you about myself first. Yes, you have a point. Alright then, let me first ask you this. Are you the divine spirit? Yes, no. I'm a servant, but right now, our goddess resides in my body, sharing her power with me. When I first summoned to this land, she was already there inside me. There's been plenty of cases where a divine spirit inhabit a person from the past become a servant. And since heroic spirit servants are technically people from the past, I guess it makes sense that a divine spirit could inhabit one of them too. Though I definitely haven't heard of many cases where it happens quite like this. I expect it's because this god and I happen to share the same name. I believe having words, sounds, and names match is very significant when it comes to magecraft. And again, I was originally given this name as a for receiving her blessing. Perhaps it isn't too much of a coincidence after all. You don't say? Okay, that makes sense. So what is this god's name? Takashimi. And I am running of Jinsaya, a land that once existed in India. What was named for her? My name is Lakshmi Bai.
Lakshmi Bai.
I would like to think that everyone would be a bit embarrassed to look at the history of their own life, no matter how proud of that history they may be.
So that's why Hope's been so unusually quiet. Alright then, I guess I'll... Lakshmi Bai is a hero from 19th century India, known for her role in the Indian Rebellion. Oh, thanks for jumping in, Captain. Why don't you take it from here? Despite being born to royalty, she took up a sword and led a small rebel army in order to protect her nation of Jansai. Jansai? I don't know how to pronounce this. She was known far and wide for her leadership and charisma. At the time, revolts were breaking out all across India, under all manner of different circumstances. When one small state tried to revolt, the neighboring nations would often end up siding with the British, isolating the rebels, cutting them off from working with like-minded people in other regions. But the Jhansi rebel managed to hold out to the very end. It was all thanks to their exceptional leader, Lakshmi Bai.
I would call myself exceptional. Or I wouldn't call myself exceptional. I was just flailing around, trying to hold everything together as best I could. But during conversations, Tiger Throat, and many others could name, there's no end of leaders who's more talented than me. All that aside, sound like you know a lot about our struggle. Are you Indian yourself?
I am nobody, just another nameless. Doesn't matter where I'm from. I'm done now. Over and out. While we're at it, we should probably also go over your divine spirit, Lakshmi. Though I'm sure Ganesha and Rama know a lot more about her than I do. In Indian mythology, Lakshmi is also the god of fortune, prosperity, beauty, and the consort of Vishnu, right? That's right. Then could it be? I am an avatar of Vishnu, and Sita is an avatar of Lakshmi. Sita, are you in there? I'm sure you are. I'll be able to feel your presence. Guess it's clear to all of you as well, given that her grip on my skull is strong enough, the bones are starting to crack. But unfortunately, I sense no trace of Sita inside her.
Who's this man? That's a woman he's never met. For as if he's proposed to her. You mind if I break him?
I understand how you feel, but please go easy on him. Rama has his own complicated history.
I see. I suppose I can't blame him for his understanding. Should be more precise. The goddess Lakshmi resides within me more as a power source than anything. I can barely sense her consciousness at all. Almost as though her heart has been implanted in me to provide me with energy. And that my output can measure up to that of an unadulterated divine spirit. So I'm afraid I'm not a manifestation of the goddess Lakshmi as much as my color is that of a human. And running Lakshmi Bai are small elements of the goddess.
And Sita really doesn't exist inside you, as I suspected, right? Of course she doesn't. I think about if she had, I would have sensed her well before you introduced yourself. I was not able to tell that deity within inside you was Lakshmi. Most of all, must have only her divine power, nothing of her consciousness. Ganesha didn't realize who you were either. Of course, that might be because he was never very close to you, seeing as how you're just as up there in the pantheon as his mother Parvati.
Ganesha? Yes, now that you mention it, I do sense a divine presence inside you. Well, I would never in a million years guess by looking at you.
Yeah, I know, but it's true, believe me, I spent pretty much this entire time wishing all this were just some kind of weird joke. I'm Rama, King of Kasala. Surely you've heard of me, as well as my beloved Sita.
Of course, our soul earlier doesn't know your name. Forgive me, thought you were just some unusually useful young man who hadn't yet learned how to behave around women. Sorry, I thought you were Fergus.
Maybe now's a good time to share our side.
Good point. We have a bunch of things we need to tell you about. Who we are, how we got here, what we're trying to do. It's a long story, but I hope you'll bear with us. Let's have lunch. And I think that about sums it up.
Hold it. What about me? I thought you were saving the most important figure in our group for the end, so as to make it a lasting impression.
Oh, yes, this is Gordoth Mollusk, who I absolutely, positively, definitely didn't forget to introduce. Nope. As you can probably tell from his sheer girth, I mean, dignified stature, he's our Commander-in-Chief.
Indeed I am. Stab Beetle's the mark of an elite after all. As a commanding officer here, I'll expect you to treat me with all due respect.
I have one question for you. Are you British?
No, I'm not.
What about you?
Me? Oh, that would be too telling, hon. You gotta get to know me better first. I suppose I can at least tell you that, no, I'm not British either, though I did spend a good time at the clock tower. Oh boy, well there's one last person in our group I should introduce you to. Sorry, Holmes, the jig is up. You can't keep hiding forever.
I assure you I was doing no such thing. I was only waiting for my opportune moment, once things had settled down. Good day, Miss Gillette. The kiss be by Sherlock Holmes, detective, at your service.
Are you British?
Yes, I am.
Oh. The Indian Rebellion was, well, it was a war with India's independence against the colonizers, the British. And since Lakinsby Bai lost her life in that conflict, I imagine she has strong feelings about it. Though I do get the impression there's someone else here with a connection to that. Oh well, I guess it's not my place to say anything here.
I'm only a few years old when the war broke out, so while I can't personally apologize for my country's actions...
No, it's alright. Sorry, that was rude of me. There's little sense in me, my asking that. Just an old habit, one I can't seem to strike.
You have nothing to apologize for. Not for me to say whether you should or shouldn't feel that way. Nor is it for me to say whether you should hold on to those feelings or try to forget them. All I can say for sure is that our country's histories are intertwined. Certainly neither of us can pretend otherwise. If this hadn't come up now, Tiramisu would no doubt have noticed the air of discomfort between us, and gone on to learn what happened between our countries for herself. If there was any meaning to be found by having people from the past come together like this, besides their role they play as servants of course, I suspect it lies here.
Agreed. I think of you as no more than a man by the name of Sherlock Holmes. Besides, under these circumstances, the more allies we have, the better.
Then does that mean you'll consider us allies?
It was difficult to convince the people at Doppel of the wrongness of the situation. Once I did, they agreed to work together to forge their own destiny. The village here is now the base of all such like-minded people. As you are warriors fighting against God, just like us. I would honor it if you fought at our side.
A deal. I guess the counterforce must have summoned you too. Have you been here long?
Yes, it's been at least 10 days since It's been 10 days since I've arrived.
And you must have been caught in this world's recreation a number of times. And how did you survive?
God or not, remaking the entire Lost Belt's a major undertaking. Arjuna wouldn't change how he goes about it just because a servant was added to the mix. So as long as he doesn't think you're unnecessary or defective, I expect he just kept bringing you back with all the other people. It just galls me thinking how the very survival in this Lost Belt is completely dependent on his absurdly arbitrary standards. It's natural for gods to be somewhat self-centered towards with their immense power, but Arjuna certainly takes it too far. Oh, speaking of which, you should know he's already got his eyes on us. If you join us, you're sure to wind up with the whole evil label, and won't be able to survive this world being remade anymore.
That's fine. could only have been a matter of time before we took notice of me anyways. Besides, by to have had the destruction, yes. So if it comes to that, I'll be counting on your help.
You mean the border? Yes, of course, she'd be welcome to join us in there, wouldn't she?
Border's the last bastion of hope for all humanity. Can't just go letting any old 7-1 meet on it. Under ordinary circumstances anyways. In this case, I suppose we do have a fair handle on her true name and background. It would be a shame to lose valuable allies so soon after forming one. Oh well, I authorize your entry into the border in case of emergency.
Oh my god.
Of course, ideally, I'll be quite finished with this place long before we even use that preposterous double phantasm of his again.
You said it, honey. Fortunately, he only ever does that at the end of the Kali Yuga. So it would be very peachy if we could just put a stop to all this before then. So now that we got a new ally and all, what's our next step?
I've already got something in mind for that. There are risks involved naturally. The reward should be significant. Now that we're in the middle of the first, relatively peaceful Yuga, especially now that we have more allies, it seemed to be the perfect time to investigate one thing in particular.
What's that? Remember that thing we've been wondering about ever since we got to the Lost Belt? It's the biggest, most mysterious thing here by far. It's got to contain some useful information. Now we want you guys to finally go and investigate it. God, Sky Boulder. I have enough to send the kiss me by. Not yet. How many more do I need? 6 more. I could exchange for that now with pure prisms, or whenever I do get around to grinding on the event, I'll be able to get them. I got 8 days to grind it on it. And they're the normal currency. The next day. So I don't know what the God Sky Boulder is either then, Lakesimi.
No, I don't. It was just there when I first summoned her. It hasn't changed at all in the time since. At least I don't think it has. I haven't been watching it this whole time, so I can't say for certain.
Well, I've been watching it this whole time, so I can. It's definitely never changed. As we haven't actually asked. You don't know what it is either, correct? That's right. I just noticed there was this big weird cube in this Lost Belt. Didn't think anything more of it. I mean, sure, I considered investigating it and getting rid of it in case it turned out to be something dangerous, since it is bizarre and all. But I hadn't the slightest idea how to go about it, so I decided to just keep an eye on the thing. Not to mention, David told me it was better off leaving it alone. Don't dismiss something before you've seen its true nature, huh? True, if I did, I'd be no better than Arjuna.
It was the same for me. I didn't know what it was, so I couldn't do anything about it. I could see the giant tree in the cube no matter where I went. I had more pressing matters to attend to. Better than be bothered with something I knew nothing about. Figure my time would be better spent helping the people here who had been led astray by this unjust God.
That's very admirable of you. Are you sure it's okay to leave this village unattended?
They should be fine during the early yugas, especially while there's barely any collie around. They have weapons now, even if they've been hastily assembled. I taught them how to fight as best I can. There should be enough to handle it themselves at a pinch. Only thing I'm worried about right now are the sacred... There.
Another pack of sacred beasts. Master, let's hide and wait for them to pass again. Not just sacred beasts, something else there next to the road. Wait, is that a person?
It's not picking up any vital signs. I'm afraid it's a dead body. Perhaps they died of disease or an accident. Are they going over to it?
Damn her to light.
Body's disappearing.
So you don't know that. It's one of the largest mistakes. Sacred beasts purify the bodies of anyone who happens to die unexpectedly. My guess is the false god thinks dead bodies don't belong out in the world. Wants them gone as soon as possible.
I see. So is this world, or a single entity, the sacred beast or the white blood cells of its immune system. Since we can assume the world's god will be its either head, the sacred beast must be its macro passages, created to detect, isolate, and remove any foreign elements. So then, does that mean the colleague they fight are something like a virus? Most intriguing.
Whatever the case, people are people. When they die, they shouldn't just be cleaned up like trash. Their karma should be determined what they decide in their next life. At least that's what my people believe. That's what a true summit Sara cycle is meant to be. We clearly make dead bodies to free their souls, so they go on their next life without issue. But here, as long as the sacred beast still around, nobody will be able to hold a proper cremation. This world has no respect for the tyranny of the dead. There's no hope for those who are left behind. There's nothing but a world of death.
That's why you're so concerned about the sacred beast showing up in Doppel. Because one of your elderly had passed away.
Right, there was an old man whose time had come. Nothing anyone could do about that. But I didn't want the false god to steal our right to give him a proper farewell. You really helped us out there.
They're finally leaving.
They hadn't already spotted you, then I would urge you to hold back for now. You're almost a god Skybolter. I would very much prefer to avoid making commotion wherever possible.
I know, I would have stopped them if I'd found the body first. As things stand, I will just let them go.
We should be okay now. Certain the sacred beast can't detect us from this far away.
Good. Glad I didn't have to sneeze while we were hiding. Let's go.
Wow, I knew she was cool and collected, but I didn't know she had such a charming sense of humor.
My, seeing it this close up really makes you realize just how big it actually is, doesn't it? Oh, I got an idea. Why don't we take a group photo to commemorate the occasion?
Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
Was that a joke, or were you trying to avoid facing the reality of our situation? Either way, it wasn't funny.
If you want to pick, go ahead and take all the selfies you want, just don't come running to me if the whole thing turns to a jump scare.
Oh, you guys are no fun. I was just trying to lighten the mood a little. So, these numbers we're seeing are accurate, right? Our sensors aren't on the fritz or anything, right?
That's right, we made it to the area near the cube without a problem, but...
Where'd all these Kali come from? I thought there was barely supposed to be any during the Ultra Yuga.
I think it's the place, not the time. They're showing up as though they've been here all along, rather than coming from somewhere else.
Yes, it may. The sheer number of them is almost absurd. There's as many here as there were during the Kali Yuga, maybe even more.
I got an idea. Why don't we just run away? Seriously.
You have a point. Can't investigate the cure with all this Kali around. No, it's just we just got here. They surround us. We'll just have nowhere to go.
True. We can only take so many risks when it comes to safety. There's certainly nothing to be gained by attempting to complete an impossible goal.
Guess we don't have a choice.
Understood. We'll break through the Kali behind us. Make a run for it. What are your orders, Master?
私の力が必要ならば全力で応答します。あまり悩ませないの手に入る目をその手を打ち回るイーグル。
Rip them apart.
私の足元で許しを請います。落ちよロードレスキャメロット。熱を帯びなさいマルミアドワーズ。
Blood Guts, decrease debuff resist to merit for yourself, and increase buff success rate, 3 turns for all allies. This should make all of her things guaranteed, right? So far, so good. Yeah. Let's see it. Let's see it.
私は忘れぬ民の思いを託された怒りを楚は拒絶の壁にして剣何者にも踏み越えられぬ決意と知れ
Skadoosh! That's really stylish.
私に続けいい指示だ前に出る活路を開くはあこの地より消され託された女神の力無駄にはしない
Hell yeah, girl.
いい判断です。
私に続け
圧倒します。死になさい。
Smite.
活路を開く
Ooh, nice one. Wasn't sure if you added any of that one.
土地がたぎってきたのに終わりだなんて。いつの世も反乱分子は物足りません。
Okay, think there's enough distance between us and them.
Imagine there would be that many colleagues gathered there. I expect it might be dangerous, but with numbers like that, adding one more to our ranks still won't be enough to fend them off.
You don't have to rub it in. Most my double phantasms are capable of blasting them all away at once, too.
My apologies, I assure you I was not speaking sarcastically, as merely reflecting on my failure to foresee a situation like this.
See, that's all. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was being overly sensitive. While we're on the subject, there seems a good chance to tell you. Naturally, I will do everything in my power to accomplish our mutual goals. I have no intention of holding back. But I should warn you, for your own safety, you shouldn't expect me to come through when it really counts. I've never thoroughly been able to accomplish the things I most wanted to do. That's just not my lot in life.
Well, that's a strange opinion to have of oneself. Perhaps her failure to defend her country and her life has had a traumatic effect on her. Be that as it may, there's no doubt, however, that you are. No doubt whatsoever that you are far more useful in combat than a detective in a remote location. So I hope you will continue to lend Miss Tiramisu your aid.
Of course I will. I'm pleased if you touched me on that much. At any rate, there really were a ridiculous number of Kali there. That's the impression that may be more important to the lost build than we thought. Indeed, though those Kali were there solely to guard the Sky Boulder. The fact that we can no longer see them after putting just a little bit of distance between us and the Sky Boulder would only seem to confirm that. I wonder what this could mean. For that matter, we still don't know what those Kali demons actually are. I'm guessing Holmes is probably right in that they're like a virus infecting this world, in opposition to the sacred beast. But still, we have not the slightest idea what they are, where they came from, or where they go. I don't know either, but I can say they're not any ordinary kind of creature. Given that they stick around even after the world's remade, maybe Arjuna used them as a means to determine who's worth preserving, or maybe they remain here out of necessity. If it's the latter, it would mean they're a crucial part of the stage Arjuna used to run this world. So if we defeat him, maybe they'll all just go poof. Guess that means we just have to figure out what to do about Arjuna.
At least we know that the god Sky Boulder is protected by a vast number of Kali and can't be approved lightly. It may not be much, but it's more than we knew before. In the meantime, I suggest we return to develop and plot our next course of action.
Alright, I think with that, we're going to wrap things up for today. We got a very significant amount done there. I think there's still maybe like 2/3 of this Lost Belt story left. Maybe half. I want to say 2/3 though. And I think we made good progress getting through it. So, I'd like to wish you all a fond farewell, and thank you for stopping by. If you like this, of course, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, what have you. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because it really helps me out. So, until next time, fare thee well.